Y'all ready for this? Alright, so let's do it.
You can't do that, not expecting.
Alright, so quick recap. You all initially went to rescue some delegates, found out that things weren't so okay in this strange and wild world of West Larch, or the Destern Valley. Yeah. Wild West. Yeah, exactly. So you realize that things were not going so well, that these delegates were kidnapped by this cult of people who fool around with the elements and do all these terrible things. I don't think do you guys have a sense of what their goal is yet?
Who?
The elemental cults?
To get the amulets together so they can, summon something, right?
Yeah, that's right. So they're trying to get these amulets so they can summon something and attain great world-destroying
You're just
power.
Trying to figure out what we know so that you don't tell us too much, aren't you?
Yes. So then you all went to these various temples where these each of the different cults of the elements set up shop: fire elementals, water, wind, earth, and have gotten pieces of these amulets that they had each individually extracted from these delegates. You're here at the fire temple. The delegate, you went to this town because the fire temple, you were given a sphere that will fit on top of a staff that will give you insulation from the power of these amulets that this crazy sage told you about. Then you went to this town, which is right by the fire temple. The house built on top of it was kind of making this weird music that was changing elemental composition around it. Once you fought the guys there, you went down into the temple, and then in the temple you found some. Oh yeah, so on the other side you saw that there was kind of like a shipping route going between here and the elemental plane and somewhere in the elemental plane. Where there were kind of like some markings, and those are the people who went to the elemental plane through that little portal that was set up, found like some markings of a trail that was leading somewhere in the elemental plane, probably to where there are more of these like kind of blended cultists, these people that have fire and other elements that are kind of like reconstructing their bodies with. So instead of following the path in the elemental plane, you went downstairs into the fire temple to search for the staff. Once you got in, so you guys went through the house, went through the cellars. It looks like the house had kind of somehow busted into the fire temple. And in the entrance, you found these 4 stones that each have a different symbol on them. And then in order to get through a door, you had to put the stone in, and then this door opened, and then this one had 2 different markers, and then it was a system where you had to put a stone in a certain amount of times, put the other one in a certain amount of times, and then the door opened.
I was lost.
Yeah, Mikhail understood it. Yeah, I think Mikhail got what was going on with the doors and the symbols, if I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah.
Somewhat. A little bit. Just like different combinations are required. So.
I hate it when he does that.
Please, what are you doing over there?
Adam is dead. No. So you came in used that kind of combination to open these doors. You saw some encampments, which looks like this is a very old. So this old fire temple, the walls are kind of like look like kind of hot embers. You know, something like what's going on that log over there. So they kind of like are these like kind of the kind of lava and embers is going around here. These doors had some like old symbols on them. You went in here, which had some treasure which you extracted, and it seems that some of like the more guarded doors seem to have these little symbols attached with things in them. And you found in here, it looks like the fire cultists who were camping in this room were doing a bunch of research in here. And then this was a bigger atrium area where you guys had a big brawl with what looked like the head of the temple who was kind of managing things here, who was one of these like kind of mixed element guys who was using water and fire and earth and all 4 elements. And he was there are kind of these like 4 pillars of stone that extend into kind of a field of lava here. And there's a little stairway at the end. So you guys finish your battle here. There's a little stairway that goes into another door up here. And then there's another side door here. And I'll put a little like line through those other doors. But yeah, so pretty much you went to the temple, fought your way through this kind of very small group of fire cultists who were there kind of camping out, looking like they were researching something. I don't know if you guys went through their stuff too much because you guys heard noises in here because you guys weren't being super stealthy.
We went over
Weird,
the stuff.
right? What's that?
We did went over the...
I think it was very brief because then stuff started to happen in the other room. So you only very briefly investigated what they were researching. Went here, had a big throwdown. And so you're in this kind of large atrium. In the back door, the door you came in on here, just leads a path back to where these cultists were camping out. And you can see kind of these tables with haphazard books on them. Just like you can just see kind of like through the corner of the door there. The back of the room has a bunch of tall stone pillars that are holding up kind of this very, very high ceiling where there is kind of this more, almost looks like the top of a flame is just kind of going upwards always. These kind of channels here are all filled with lava that seems to be flowing down into some sort of underground, deeper underground layer. If you look, you can kind of start seeing where it's going, and you can, everybody give me a perception check. Let me see what else you guys can understand about this area.
Just 20. Oops, sorry.
It's all good. That's
Roll
10
it in
points.
the...
Natural 20. 12.
14.
21.
21.
Yeah, I won't match anything. I got 3.
16. Okay. So you two notice that you hear this kind of, it's very faint, but it's kind of grinding of very enormous gears, like kind of stone, like stone on stone, just kind of very faintly coming from where these channels of kind of flowing lava are going beneath the ground. So you hear that there's something kind of turning down below.
Guys, do you hear that sound?
Or what? I hear
Sounds
nothing.
almost like stone gears.
mechanical.
I hear nothing. Are you drunk again?
She's drunk.
Well, doesn't mean I'm wrong.
So I think you search the corpses of the people who you killed, which were like these 2 Afrits and this one cultist. There's a door that kind of goes off to the side that you guys haven't really investigated. There's a door that leads to something up here. You just can kind of see there's these very thin little pathways over the lava that leads to this very thin little staircase going up. So it's really a single file type situation there.
Do I think that the source of the sound is coming from roughly up there?
No, the source of the sound is coming from where the water is flowing, or where the lava. I should use this pen. This is the erasable one. Where the the lava is flowing down into these channels here, and then beneath them there is some sort of gears flowing.
Can I, if I bend down and look, can I see anything? Can I investigate?
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a acrobatics.
Where's the origin of the lava?
Pardon me?
What is the origin of the lava? What is where the lava come from?
It's coming from the back of the room. It's a good question. So there
Nat
is
20!
Nat 20, nice. So this is kind of like this kind of closes off. The whole room kind of emerges up. It probably stops like right around here. See, this is the good part about erasable pen. Yay! Yeah, so it's just coming out of the walls, and there's like this kind of big opening here, and big opening that's just filling up this pool. So the lava's coming from whatever's behind that door, and you know, using your amazing athletics, you know, grab one of like the one of the stones on the side, hook your foot around where the water's flowing in, look down, and you can see really far in. You can see that there is a set of gears turning an enormous kind of like one of those water wheels, but for lava, and it's spinning, and you can see a gear, just barely. You can see a gear beneath, running back this way underneath the room. So something underneath the room. There's almost like a crankshaft turning something further down the hallway.
Okay, I share all this information with everybody, and my dude's here, so
Let's break it! Can I ask you, while she's getting that, can I ask you a wholly unrelated question?
Yes.
At the end of the last session I was a part of,
Yeah.
I pulled a card from the deck of many things
Yes.
and got some kind of
Magical
armor.
Yes.
But for some reason we had to end that session super quick or we were out the door or something, so we never went over what that armor was. So I figured that was a good thing while she's getting food.
Let me pull that up because...
You said... I forget how you described it. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
glowing blue. I think I wrote it down. So let me just make sure I did this thing that I think I did. And then I can quote accurately.
It is a robe in which no matter what you eat, you'll always look super skinny and fun.
Flattens the belly.
I had April watch the Dexter's Laboratory D&D episode.
Oh, really?
You guys ever
Is it
watched
good?
that?
No, is it awesome?
It's funny. It's cute. It's 10
It's
minutes
Dexter's
long
Lab,
or
yeah.
whatever. But like I forget. I think they all like it's like you get like women and riches. Like you get a motorcycle that lets you like travel across all the world, and it's like and for you like the noblest of all, you get a cup that will never spill. And he's like, what? Like
That would be pretty good though.
and it's a clever episode name. It's D&DD.
Oh, good old
TNT and Dexter?
No, his sister's name is Dee Dee, and she comes in like DMs instead of him because she takes over and the other guys hate him. So
Okay, so your armor, it is plate mail class armor in terms of AC, but it has been made through magic. It's very light and wearable, so it will not influence your spellcasting ability. You will not be heavy or weighed down if you go under water. And it feels like smooth cloth. So it has plate mail AC.
Wow.
What-
none of the
What is
downsides.
that?
what is plate mail?
Let me look that up. It's in the player's handbook.
And that means when I use mage armor on top of it,
you'll be very, very hard to hit.
oof, I'm into that. Is there a name for this thing?
No, it's not part of the game. It was just, we'll call it the,
That's all right with me.
Plate of
Dragon scale mail.
Dragon
It's
scale
like a
mail.
hack, yeah. Gotta represent the old roots.
Dragon mail scale.
Dragon mail scale. Where did the plate mail items stuff go? You know what? What's faster than looking it up is good.
I really wish. I really wish that the custom item interface on D&D Beyond was like.
I would just equip yourself normal plate mail.
But then you would
That's the
unlock
easiest
But then I think it might like do the weight down. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because
We're
we
not
don't.
calculating weight, but
Yeah.
at least, but like for any of like your checks, because like you would
So
normally be casting.
am I doing heavy armor?
Spells are
Yeah,
pretty-
it's the
pretty
heavy
intense.
armor plate mail.
Heavy armor plate. Holy shit! Armor class 18.
Nice. Is this what you got from the deck?
Yeah.
Ooh!
barely.
Reflexes.
Athletics. Natural 20.
So I'm adding.
Yeah,
That wasn't.
yeah, it's AC 18. Yeah, so like normally stealth and strength and all that stuff would be, you would have to have a minimum strength for it. You would be at stealth disadvantage, but all that.
But it won't. This like D&D Beyond won't like automatically like lower my spellcasting modifier or anything like that.
It should
right?
not. No.
Here, this one.
You're welcome to have some if you want.
What is it?
HP heal spell?
Heroes.
Awesome. I will have a little bit.
So good.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Deck of Many Things.
The tech of many things. It has
You know, one of the
many
cards is
things.
like you die instantly.
Or you have to fight to the death and if you survive like me, you know.
I'm sure
Maybe
one
it's
of them
different
is dying
vision, yes.
instantly.
I think you got
Um,
something out of it.
I was
No.
watching
Almost
Critical Role recently,
Ah.
and there's a moment where, you know, spoilers for anybody watching, but there is a moment where like one of the characters finds it, a kind of bigger, Sophia character.
Yeah.
He's like, he's just like, yeah, doesn't understand what he's like. I think Travis, I think he's the only person in the group who actually doesn't know what it is, and he's just like rips a card out of it right away. And everybody's like, no! It's super funny to
Did he
see
die?
like.
Frog is my
Well,
No,
it was-
he survived. He's the
Yeah,
best.
it was amazing. I watched they have like a highlight of his experience with the deck of many things. And it's
I don't want to know anything about it because I
I
know
won't spoil
I've
it. Yeah,
heard
that
that
one.
there is a story to be told there from like moment
like
to
them doing
moment.
all their shenanigans. Yeah.
But I'm excited to see where it goes because his interactions with it are really funny.
Yeah. Gronk.
Alrighty.
If only I had a deeper voice, I would be really
Yeah.
cool.
It's so funny. I was playing
Hmm?
Elder Scrolls Online recently with some friends, and like you can certainly like you're playing and you're like, oh, that's him. Like that's Liam
Rest.
O'Brien.
Yeah.
I think Matt Mercer's in some of it.
Like, yeah, when you just like hear their voices, be like, oh yeah, this is this
Yeah.
person, this is this person. Hold on, it's making
Travis
me
Willingham
relog
is. If I had to upgrade Jeff into anyone,
Wow.
Any man. If I had to upgrade April
You
into
know.
anyone, it would be Travis Williams.
I would agree. I would
not
take
that you
that
need an
upgrade.
upgrade. You're pretty upgraded already.
Jeez, yeah, the thinnest ice you've been on in months.
April, you could grow a better beard.
Yeah.
Roll, roll a death saving throw, please.
But I have 97 hit points left.
No, roll a death.
You now have negative inspiration.
Yeah, you are cursed. You pick up a cursed item, and she wonders why she gets all the cursed items. Just kidding. No. Okay. So yeah. So you're in this large atrium area. You've identified the clothes you're wearing. Lava is flowing down into these, turning this crankshaft for something that's going on further down that hallway. This hallway, you do not know where it leads, and this door, you have not investigated that yet. And there's also a bunch of other stuff down here that you guys have not.
Is there
investigated.
places where I can put the stones, the raw stones, like the door with logs that look like stone, sockets on it?
Oh, like you want to put a stone? You want to?
Yeah, I was wondering if I can play more with them.
Oh yes. So
Oh,
you
stone
haven't
gears.
you haven't discovered more places for them yet.
Okay.
But they usually seem to be guarding very high security rooms.
Are there people in the place that you said that we didn't investigate very thoroughly? The tables back there? Are there people there, or
So those were the people that you fought and mostly killed. There might be a few cultists that still have kind of maybe been like, hey, I was using the bathroom. Where's all my friends? Oh my god. So like, yeah, there might be a few guys. Billy! Like this! You
Right.
bastards! So there might be some cultists further down in this area. They've been very, like, the research when you guys looked at it cursorially was very much around the nature of this temple, what it seemed to be protecting, what it's built. Because, a lot of these elemental temples were pre-existing, and then these cults kind of moved in and set up shop because it was like they had an affinity towards it. So these guys set up shop here, but they seem to be probably the less put together of the cults that you've seen, where they haven't really unlocked or figured out all the different traps. They haven't really figured out how to get to the item that this particular temple is guarding just yet, from what you could generally see.
Can you? Yeah, whether or not I have to roll a check because I can't quite piece it together from what you described before. Like, we see a little bit of the mechanism in the room we're in now. The gears along the floor. Can you just
Good
expl-
question.
either,
It's
either
neat.
explain that better, or if
Yeah.
I need to roll for it, that's fine.
No, great question. So the lava was flowing down. So you're kind of on these like 4 raised platforms.
Okay.
And there's kind of like, it's like tines of a fork, like 4 tines, and the lava's going
Sure.
down underground. And it's going into another chamber. And
Somewhere.
she was able to just barely look into this kind of basement room,
Right.
where there's a water wheel that's turning basically the flow of the lava, and then she could just make out a crankshaft that's in that other room that runs beneath the floor. So it's invisible in this room, but there's like a whole other set of chambers below, where there are some unseen gears turning something.
But there's also
Got
a
it.
staircase that goes up, right?
Yeah, this staircase over here leads up. This leads to some other stuff you haven't seen. This leads.
But there's realistically, like, from what we gather, to get to that crankshaft,
Mhm.
there's no, like, safe path there.
It's all lava down there.
Right.
No, maybe I should be clear. In that room, there seem to be like service passageways, like some places where you could get
Okay.
around.
Can I walk down and inspect the crankshaft safely?
So you can't go through this way it would be a very successful check if you because it's pretty much just like a gutter, like where it just is a hole.
Okay,
in the
then no,
water,
I'm not.
just
I'm not
going
looking
right
for
in
that.
there.
I just didn't know if
Yeah.
there was a way to get a closer look at the mechanism.
So you would
but-
probably need to find a stairway to the
Okay.
second level of the stench in order to figure out what's going on down there.
Do we want to check what's upstairs too?
Yeah, let's sneak up.
Yeah, can I check that stairway for traps?
Yes, so you check the stairway for traps. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Then I need to pull up
My trap one might be.
20.
So you do not see any traps, and it seems like a safe path from what you can tell.
Cool.
So you go on up the stairs. As you near the kind of the tines, like these bigger kind of blocks that are separating the lava flow, narrow into smaller pathways, and it's almost maybe like a foot thick at the widest portion of it. And you're able to kind of tiptoe your way up these very thin pathways, up these very small steps towards a door. There's no traps you can tell on this door just yet. But what you notice is, as you look at it, it's actually not shut. It looks like it's opening on a blank wall that's turning. So it's just stone that is like, as you lay your hand on it, it just kind of slides, and you have to pull it away before it gets caught in a little corner.
Like rotating?
Yeah. So there's
So like
something.
Young Frankenstein kind of deal?
I'm trying to.
Young Frankenstein.
Like put the candle back, like, they got the bookshelf that rotates like that.
Vaguely like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just like a flat wall, and it's just a flat wall slowly turning right now, and in the archway, and then suddenly you notice a gap with a symbol.
It's like a.
It's
Okay,
like a turning.
sorry. It's a
carousel.
ring. It's a ringed
Yeah.
wall with a single port to look into it.
Yeah, pretty
Got
much.
it. Okay, got it.
So as you look into this,
Not a rotating flat wall.
Exactly.
Got it.
So sorry about that. I should have been more clear. So as you notice one symbol that looks like this, and it's one of the ones you guys have seen earlier with a little tiny hole.
This is the stuff you know about?
That's
I'm
the
not
stuff Mikhail knows about.
Do I have the stones that match the
Yeah, a
symbol?
little tiny hole in there. So you notice one symbol, this kind of X-shaped thing, and then as it keeps turning, you notice another symbol with or another hole, recessed portion with this thing, and then you notice. Probably should have done them at all. I'm really bad at drawing. Feels bad. You notice one of these. And then you notice,
There's like 4 sockets in it.
well, you just notice it just has an eye on it. And it's not a symbol that you recognize.
How many?
The eye is the thing that we know this temple is guarding, right?
It's guarding the staff with the headpiece, and the eye is what the cults are trying to summon.
The Weeping or not the
All-
Weeping. We're in the Weeping Colossus, right?
You guys are in the Temple of Eternal Flame. You
So
were in the
wait,
Weeping
what I
Colossus.
have a thing that says scroll from the sage on top of the mountain who kept trying to kill himself. Gives the scroll, means to trap or make vulnerable the eye summoned by the heralds.
Yes, so
Something with an eye is relevant to whatever we're doing. And the heralds are the necklaces, I think.
That's right. So yeah, they are going to summon an eye, and pretty much it can shift in and out of the ethereal plane.
Cool.
If that's what they're kind of
So can chase. So like really, how
Exactly.
special is this eye?
exactly. So what that scroll will do is it will trap it in the material plane where it's most vulnerable.
Can't I just like drop something, switch to a tail plane, and go back?
You can try to switch the ethereal plane and go back. Yeah.
No, I mean, can it just chase, like, grab, like, hug something, switch to a airplane with it, and then release it and go back? I mean, what's so special about the thing?
So
Maybe smaller one
Chase
somewhere.
cannot take too much with him besides just what he's wearing. So
Okay.
he if he grabs something and tries to
But-
switch.
If
He has
he's
no
naked
range.
and lose weight, can he carry a full person?
If they're hugging really, if they're just cuddling together. then
Okay.
they can both, yeah.
Nice. Is there how many sockets there is for stone?
There's three. So there's three sockets with symbols that you recognize.
You want some
And
chicken?
is it the symbols that I have?
What you don't.
Yeah, so they all match. The fourth socket, the one with the eye, you do not recognize.
But there's a socket for the eye.
Yeah.
So
do not
do you
recognize that
have the 3 objects?
I have only 2, so
Hmm.
from
Let's
what I
say Chase
remember,
gave you the rest. He gave you all
I
four.
don't remember. Okay, so
Oh,
I'm
He
trying.
gave you all four. That you
I'm
have.
putting the one by one. I'm putting the stone in the sockets that match the symbols.
Yep. So you put a stone in one. You hear like a kind of like a ping. You put.
Is there like a protecting door, or is it the wall?
You don't see a door. You just see these outlets just right now.
Huh.
So you put a stone in here. You hear a ping. You put a stone in here.
Yes.
You hear just kind of nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put a stone in here, and you hear a ping.
So which is the one that we hear
Is it
nothing?
different
Can,
pings, or is it the same one?
The same
can
same ping.
Can
Same
we-
Ping.
but one of them didn't ping.
One of them did not.
Can we ask Chase, but only if you do an impression of Chase?
What is Chase's voice?
Right? Can we do an impression? Can you do an impression of Chase? What if he puts it in while he's in the ethereal plane?
Oh yeah. Can we use it as a NPC?
So you ask Chase, hey, can you go check the ethereal plane or switch? Can you check the yeah. He turns his ring.
I didn't feel like Chase.
Oh yeah, he goes.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess if I have to.
That's
Turn his ring.
That's
not
like
much
Sylvester
better, yeah.
Stallone, not
He suddenly
Chase.
disappears and he suddenly reappears and he's like ah, and his whole like he's like completely like scarred and burned. And he like collapses. And he's just smoking. And
Can we do it again?
Can you do it again? You can go up and turn his ring and.
Oh,
So
wow.
he looks
Okay.
very. It's not a very
We can
safe
use it for
place
Yeah,
to
we
be.
need
Check-
to.
So the eternal
to-
plane is like mostly lava at this place.
Twitchley,
Yeah, he would
is
say,
he,
"Oh
is
yeah,
he conscious?
everything was on fire. It was terrible."
Can I use my... Ooh. Does a robe conflict with the plate you got me?
You would put it over it, so you should be fine.
Okay. Can I look into the ethereal plane? Like, I don't enter it, but I have that thing where I can look into it with the robe of fading.
Yep. So you peer into the imperial plane, and you just see it's like you're staring right, like face is right here, staring at that.
I try to put the stretch stone again, and I ask him to look again into the eternal plane.
Oh!
You put the what?
The 3
Ask you
stones.
to look.
You know, I'm
Oh, you put the three stones again.
I'll
Yeah.
look. Yeah, you're not telling Chase to
So you-
die.
No, no, no.
Okay,
Okay, you just
I,
look.
I was like, I don't think he's
So
gonna...
you take the 3 stones out.
We do need them.
Oh, they were in. Okay,
So
yeah.
you took them all out.
I mean,
You were looking at the inside the tail plane.
I-
So, yeah,
okay.
it's rotating. You put the
Yeah,
three
before you
stones
take them out, I'll look at the 3 symbols as they go by in the ethereal plane. Safely.
Yeah, so as you look at them as they go by, you see, you cannot tell because there's just so much fire in the ethereal plane, it is blinding to your sight.
Okay, so I'm removing the stones.
So you're removing the stones, so you're taking them all out as it rotates. Okay,
Yes.
so you take this one out, you hear a ping as you take this one out, and you take this one out.
Where does the ping come from?
Oh!
You hear like a,
Where does the ping come from?
it comes from somewhere inside
So-
the rock. Like you're just kind of like,
So the ping happened on taking the other one out, but putting it in the other ones.
So we should put in the other ones. And leave that
Just
one
put in
out.
the other 2, right?
I'm doing what you say.
alright,
Wait,
so you
wait.
do what he says.
Yeah.
Can you explain it again?
So, I think you were saying when we put the stone into this one, it pinged. When we put it into this one, it didn't ping. But when we took it out of this one, it pinged. And then when we put it into this one, it pinged. So
Only
If it's
2,
ping-
yeah.
It's happened
No
with the
ping,
one
ping.
in, one out, one in.
So,
Um,
So you guys do that.
in out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
things.
All right. So then you put stones back in here,
Mhm.
and then suddenly the eye starts glowing a very bright color. It seems to almost like whenever it crosses the little threshold, like a bar of like kind of red light scans across the room.
Does it cut us in half?
And then you have to duck.
Like
and then
little-
it turns
like,
into
what is
a
that?
mat afterwards.
What is that? Resident
Evil. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
okay.
classic.
It was in Cube too.
Yeah, it's
First.
too. Yeah. So yeah, you see this kind of like very bright kind of like spotlight going out from the eye. It's like kind of iris.
Kids do into it.
And then there's still that kind of hole at the bottom. And you guys would probably have to investigate it further to get a sense of like what.
I stare straight at the laser for 5 minutes.
All of
Go
your
ahead.
Okay.
kindness is
No,
low.
no.
You suddenly have LASIK.
Your vision is
Sign is
Vision is 2020.
Can I
If
offer
you can
you-
wait
The,
a
the
week.
eye says, don't get water in your eyes for about 2 weeks.
just blink a lot.
I'll
Okay,
try
I'm
to
investigating.
investigate it. 20.
So you're investigating. You got a 20.
11.
Not nat,
All right. So you only got a 20, not a nat 20 though.
but not a nat 20.
All right. So you get the sense that so you as it's going by, you look. You see that
Only when
a
you're done.
little kind of beam of light, like that kind of same brightness, is in that little like reach hole beneath it. You see like a little beam of light going down, and there's like a little, almost like a pulling, like a rope you can pull.
Where is it?
So like there's the eyes
Yeah.
carved up here where the light's coming out, and below it is like a hole where you could like it's like almost like arm length hole.
Did you call it a glory hole?
Is there like spider or? Oh, nice.
Glorious.
Woo!
So yeah, you look
You can
at
change your Twitch level to mature now.
This channel is only for mature
So, yeah,
audience.
it's mature now. No, but yeah, you look in and you see like at the very back a kind of bar of light coming down and shedding light on what looks like kind of like a red stone that's like kind of affixed by middle.
Can I
There's-
reach it?
You can certainly try.
Do it, do it.
That's gonna be a no.
We can.
Yeah.
Maybe Chase can do it.
Maybe
Chase, get up!
He's
Twitching.
incapacitated. He's twitching and smoke is rising off his body after
Maybe
this.
I can like use some rope or something and like try and throw it down so my arm isn't stuck in a hole
Okay, so you try to throw some rope down.
or anything to.
Wait,
come
where is it?
in.
It's like in this little like in the gap beneath the eye symbol where you could reach in. There's like a little stone kind of gripped by like middle tines, like this kind of red ruby almost.
Oh,
It's
sitting
gemstone.
beneath the eye.
Yeah,
It's like right here.
recessed
Not
into the wall. Like where there's like so
As
there's, like,
it's rotating.
yeah, as it's
Yeah.
rotating. So there's like
That's
there's
why
the
I
eye,
don't
this
wanna
hole,
lose
and
an eye.
as it comes around, you can kind of see this like glowing red stone at the very back, and then it kind of.
Can I
She was
take?
throwing things in it.
So I have. I'm just gonna try something random here.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably gonna kill me.
Great.
But
All we need is a
I want to
page
take the
here.
charged ruby that I got from the water temple, the fire statue in the water temple.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you know, we had the charged smokestone, the charged obsidian, the charged
Mhm.
ruby, and then.
And that can create, I think, 2 fire.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. I don't know what it does.
Yeah,
but
I think it's
You're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
break
I'm
it.
gonna touch it to the other ruby.
Okay, so you are you gonna like put your hand all the way in, or are you gonna roll it in?
In?
It's like
Yeah, it's like in like a
hole.
recessed hole that like so like there's the
Oh,
carving
like
of the eye here.
like what Audrey Hepburn and
yeah, and
whatchamacallit-
below it there's like
Right?
there's like a carve
Yeah,
in the
like
door, and you have to probably reach about this far in to
Which
touch
is why I didn't want to.
whatever's going on. Or to actually
Oh, that no.
press the rubies,
Mm,
and
Okay.
you also roll it in.
It's like glory.
I'm
hole.
gonna. I'm nope. Yeah.
So I'm finding
I-
a
I'm
stick,
not- I'm not
and I'm
gonna-
putting the stick in
Oh,
the
it's about
hole
3 feet.
to see
Yeah,
what's
no, I'm
happening.
not gonna
So
be
you
able to-
put the stick in the hole. You see like the end of it start to kind of glow a little bright, like it's you know it's a fire temple, so like some of like the heat is kind of glowing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
going into the stick, and you get to the end of the door, and you have to take the stick out, or you can leave it in there. But it's pretty much you put it in for a
It's
few
going to
seconds,
burn.
and it comes around. Yeah, it just like looks like it's
It comes
getting hot.
around.
Well,
Wait, open the
'cause
door?
It's still the machine is still turning. There's
Oh.
only a small gap, so like as
Also,
the
you
eye
have to
comes
pick
around-
the thing really fast, otherwise you're going to have your hand
It's
crushed.
gonna, yeah, I mean, it's gonna break
I
the stick as it
see.
turns.
I thought that was the light that was showing on the hole, but the hole is turning. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm removing the stick.
Can
That's all good.
I use my sword to try and like flick it so that I can grab it?
Yeah, so you can try to put your sword into the hole.
Didn't we had a friend made of statue?
So yeah, so
I
you
insert my sword into the hole.
so you do that. Like the end of your sword kind of glows a little brighter. Like it's not
I
like.
do really. I try and do it as fast as I can, just like to see if I can like nudge it this way.
You nudge it, but it's that
It's
ruby
stuck.
is clasped
Okay.
by whatever these metallic
I pull my sword
things,
out.
so it holds it pretty fast.
Pull my sword out and I wait for it to come back around.
Didn't we have a friend that is a statue?
Yeah,
He's
but
not with us.
He's in Giles' ship getting pictures
Oh,
taken.
okay.
no, it.
If
Modeling.
only somebody here.
Didn't
had
we
mage
rescue him
hands.
from Giles?
No, that was earlier, but he's just been hanging out. They kind of got close.
That's a good idea.
Oh, they did.
But we could have had
Do
the
we need a mage hand? Yeah, we really
mage
do.
hand.
Does anybody have a mage hand?
I have unseen servant.
Does
Yeah,
that
there you
thing? Does it have a
You don't have
body?
mage hand, I think?
Yeah, it has a body. It's just invisible.
I know
Oh, yeah.
Chase had mage hand.
I don't know if its arm is probably long enough, right?
It's like normal human
Yeah.
proportions, yeah.
And does he
Um,
feel pain? Probably not.
No, but he has like. Let me see how many hit points he has. Like
Probably
one.
one.
So like, if anything bad happens, well, no, he'll
fine.
he'll.
I mean, we know the.
we'll know because he'll disappear after being invisible. No. I think
You
I
sure
think I
it's
have an
a real
awareness
one?
of his existence.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah, he has 1 hit point, AC 10, strength of 2. Sure, I cast Unseen Servant.
Okay, and you hear a voice. Good evening, sir. How can I help you today?
Wow, I was kind of hoping for an unheard servant, but that was
Well,
Um,
sir,
So have you
the
seen
job
it?
description is it?
good help is so hard to find these days. Need you for a super sophisticated task.
Yeah.
Can you just shove your arm into that hole?
And take whatever is inside too.
Yeah, grab the ruby.
Cool.
Grab it and just grab it, yeah.
So, the unseen servant, you can sense that he reaches in,
Really?
and you see the ruby at the far end glow a little brighter,
Uh-huh.
and he says, "Sir, it's a bit tricky to remove and then the door turns, and you see the little the gap kind of closing, and then you hear, "Sir, but my arm," and then he just disappears.
So he couldn't.
So
We
his
just
arm
get
got-
some people.
Twitchly, you should try it.
Can we use their arm as a?
This is how we kill people. We just stick people's
No,
arms in there.
we just had a battle and a few more before that. There's
You could
still.
put a corpse's arm in a rotating door.
But the-
You can predict
yes,
what might happen.
I'm evil, aren't I?
I mean,
No?
you can
So
certainly
is
try.
this...
Yeah, but I have no way to manipulate the hand. Can I be a necromancer, like right now? Can I switch to
Yeah,
it?
easy. Yeah, we'll just multi-class, no problem.
Give me a necromancer check.
Yeah. Roll.
So,
Mhm.
his arm only... Whatever. Unseen but very heard servant
Yeah.
got
Yes.
his arm... Because the wall kept shifting and it hit the other side.
Cut his
We
arm,
need a way
and
to
apparently
stop
he
the
got his
wall.
arm, and he couldn't.
couldn't move it. So
He couldn't. He couldn't get it out in time.
Can I try with another stick and just push the diamond, the thing in?
but
Yeah.
don't we want it to come this way and not push it into
I'm
the
not
thing?
sure. Nothing told it was pulling.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so
maybe
you,
it's just,
you
poking
push
at it.
against the you push against the ruby with a stick. It stays in place. But the stick kind of the end of the stick kind of glows.
Yeah.
It looks like it could catch fire because it's just warm.
Does anybody have any dynamite?
Can I put?
Blow
I'm
it up?
scared. Well, okay, so there's still that like gear wheel thingy underneath all of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's still this passageway that we didn't explore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to go over there and sneakily investigate a little.
So yeah, so you go over to this door. You see another kind of room opening up here, and a stairway leading down with an arch over it. And on this side of the arch, you see two little holes in the wall. One
Are they
is
glorious?
They are glorious. One is marked with this symbol, and one is marked with this symbol.
Before we go, can I
Maybe-
remove the stones while the hole is in front of us?
Yeah, so you take out the stones from each of your the smaller ones. Those are only like maybe about like a 2 or 3 inches deep. You take them out of that. You don't hear anything.
It's continued turning.
But the eyes light dies out once you take them out.
But the hole is still there.
Yeah, I mean, the hole was always there beneath the eye. It just was not lit.
Oh, the eye claws.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Can you put them back in?
I'll put him back in.
So the red light glows back on with the eye, and that kind of bright light.
I'm gonna cantrip firebolt the ruby at the end.
Yep. So go ahead and roll an attack.
I'm just gonna
Okay. Even if this spell doesn't have an attack roll,
Oh yeah, or I don't know what's the. Or you can just do it.
does it? No, it does. You know,
Yeah, it should be your spell attack, right?
plus 8 to hit. This is my
Yeah.
only spell that actually has a hit modifier. So how do I literally never cast a spell, and it's the only hit modifier I have.
It's all good. Just
plus
roll
8
a
on top
d20.
of this.
Yeah, just roll d20, and then.
Ooh, 15.
So it'll hit. So you're able to kind of line up with the doors rotating, fire it in. The ruby kind of glows a little brighter for a moment, but it goes back to its original form. And when you tried to put the stick in it, you could feel it rattle, like it's like the hand, like the thing that it's attached to is movable, and the unseen servant couldn't move it a little bit, but he couldn't get it out all the way in time.
Okay.
How much time from it being visible and usable, like reachable,
reachable.
to being arm choppy
maybe
off?
about 20 seconds. It's pretty slow. Like
Who's
maybe like
the
10
strong?
seconds.
Who's the strongest person here?
2, 3,
Yeah, the thing is, it's like burning
5,
hot
6,
toward
7,
over there.
8,
Yeah.
9.
I think we can find a way to stop the thing if we can stop the geary thingy underneath.
Yeah, I've tried removing the.
coming back and
If I put the third stone, what? Oh, it's going to close again. The eye. If I put the third stone and the eye close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you put the third
Yeah,
stone in there
yeah.
closest. Yeah.
Let's look around and go back here when
yeah, let's
we
check
have
out the
maybe
rest.
more.
So I tell them
And-
that there's more
There's some stairs downward.
stairs and
Okay.
more symbols.
Question.
Mm.
Yes. Can I figure out if the door is moving around because of magic or because of the crank system downstairs?
Give me an investigation check.
17.
You can tell that crank system is controlling the door.
Okay.
Or it's controlling the rotation of this room.
Oh.
It's like kind of like
The one that
the
you saw?
powering behind it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like those stairs probably maybe go
So I tell my colleagues.
Okay. All right. So you tell your colleagues that you.
Hey, let's go down the stairs.
So
Let's not.
you
until
walk
we-
up to this door. Do you guys start going down the stairs? Who starts
No.
going down the stairs?
No.
wait.
Arch will light us on fire.
Yeah, let's check for traps.
We had one of those arches coming in. You guys weren't here. You had to put the stones in to, like, basically take away the trap or whatever.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
So
Jeff, who goes first? Who goes first?
So you're definitely
Can
walking
we
through
throw-
that door with the symbols on the side that you have not investigated.
Yeah,
With the
just
holes
checking.
for
Can we
the
throw
fuses.
chase to check for traps?
yes, you certainly can.
Yes.
So you throw Twitchy Switch towards the door.
Oh, no.
No, so you walk into this room, and I'll say you're all in there. And I'll just use one of these to just mark where the party's at. So you walk in this door. I think you collected the stones out of this rotating apparatus, and you're up against this door. It's just kind of like an archway over stairs leading down. You don't see much in here. This seems to be almost like a utility room on the side. Like there are, some like what look like old replacement gears. That's a really beautiful rendition of a gear. Some barrels with crap in it. Some old bookshelves on this side.
You're a poet.
Huh?
You're a poet.
Right.
Barrels with crap in it.
Barrels.
I would like a crap barrel.
I mean, where are you gonna go to the bathroom around here?
That's true. That's
You're
true.
gonna go into the barrel of crap.
Do people ever play D&D with realistic going to the bathroom? If your
Sure.
characters have to go to the bathroom every now and then?
If there's any
Oh,
indication
yeah.
from those very detailed books of D&D that person shared with us, there's a mechanic for everything. Somebody's written
Yeah.
it somewhere.
The thing is, if you had all the mechanics to get really realistic, it becomes so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to plan your food for every trip you're making.
Yeah.
You have to plan for cleaning your clothes.
Or like you have disadvantage
Because-
if you're in a fight and you have to pee really badly.
Yeah, that's true.
Give me a constipation saving throw.
Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to sidetrack. So the crap barrels. Can I go look at the bookshelves?
Yes, you can. So, give me a investigation check if you want to look at those.
Of course, you're looking at the bookshelves.
Such a nerd.
I want something sweet. I wish we had pie.
I wish you had pie.
We can order some. We have ice cream. We could order some.
Ooh, critical fail.
So as you're going through the bookshelves, you're just kind of like ripping through them, and what's this? What's that? And you knock one over, and you see like a little like old like what looks like an animal is like burrowed a hole into the wall, and you see kind of something glowing and bright on the other side, and then suddenly this lizard just whips out of the wall towards you, and you need to roll initiative because you're fighting a salamander.
Is that bad? Are they dangerous?
They're pretty mean.
That is
Oh,
the.
brother.
I think that's maybe the worst bookshelf investigation I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Is she the only one rolling
Just
initiative?
me, I think, right?
She is right now, so it's gonna get a surprise attack on you because it busted out of the bookshelf.
Okay.
2.
It's not very strong.
Cylinder eats like
2
books.
plus 4.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's
what
going
this
great.
is. 7, 5,
If
So-
we shriek, it will maybe help out. I don't know.
12,
hear
and
you.
you were 4.
You're in the same room as me, right? You can see.
Yeah,
I'm
What's
dumb
happening?
though.
We're just amusedly watching.
yeah. There's,
Don't make eye contact. Don't indulge her.
Yeah. She's so
all
dramatic.
right. So because it was in it was in the hole, and you touched its skin
Oh no.
as it came out, you are going to take
Bring it, motherfucker.
9 points of fire damage.
I absorb elements.
Nice.
I think
That's a reaction,
I can do
right?
that as
Yeah,
a reaction,
yeah.
right?
I think we're letting that one. I think that makes sense. It doesn't make sense otherwise.
I'm not questioning that. Can you react on a surprise round?
Actually, that's actually a good point. It is a surprise round. Maybe it would be in the normal
next
round,
one.
so you're gonna take.
I have no clue, but like
Usually, you just take the round damage. It's sort of like
okay.
it operates like a trap.
Okay.
actually.
Okay, so
Um,
9 damage then.
I have no clue what the rules are, but like thematically, it like
it
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah, I
no, that
forgot
was a
that
good
it was
reminder
surprise.
because I was like, yeah, that just hadn't thought. I forgot it was a surprise attack. So yeah, so now you're fighting a salamander, and it is its turn. So if anybody else wants to jump in,
it uses its
Oh.
legendary action.
Yeah.
First,
So
bathroom.
it's going to do its tail attack. And that is going to miss. It's going to crit miss. It's got a 1. So,
I'll see this and wander over out of curiosity.
Alright, so roll
Stupid
initiative.
salamanders, stupid lizard.
We cannot. We can't take her anywhere. That's a 14.
Okay. So,
I go before you.
you will be next act, so go for it.
Okay. I have no clue how strong a salamander is. I'm gonna use a firebolt cantrip.
Do you want to use fire on a fire thingy?
It's not fire. We don't know that.
It's glowing red. And
Oh,
its
I didn't know
scales
that.
are
I thought you just said salamander. In which
Oh,
case,
yeah.
I was like,
Sorry, salamanders are like usually are like kind of like a legendary fire kind of like lizard.
I'm gonna not use
Yeah,
firebolt.
so sorry, I could have been more. I could have added some more flavor text there. That was my bad.
Sure, I'll use.
Then are you guys jumping in to help?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
no.
Exley, you
I'll
got
get
this.
I'll get this
How
one.
big is
first.
the salamander? It's like
Oh,
it's pretty
jeez,
big. It's
Rick.
almost like a snake with just little like arms on the side.
I'm just gonna test
How
the
much-
waters here. Level 1 magic missile. So that's 3d4 plus. Oh, I have my spell attack modifier at
I'll just
What's
attack
your-
it.
Yeah, what's your initiative?
Oh. sorry, 19.
Nice. So we'll let you go next. You guys are kind of at the top of the round now.
Okay.
Foxy Lady,
9.
are you fighting this thing, or are you just gonna chill with Wax Lady?
I was just
20.
Watching it.
So I cast Magic Missile. 24 damage.
24 damage, nice. Okay, so you
This is.
you hit it with Magic Missile. You kind of hear this, and kind of bits of its flaming flesh kind of flake off, and beneath it's kind of like this dark charcoal almost.
How's it looking?
In place of muscle. It still is looking okay. It's not blooded yet.
My initiative is 17.
Alright, you go next.
Oh.
Done, right?
Actually, Zuga goes next. Sorry.
Yeah,
17,
So that will hit.
12, and 17 plus 9, so I got 2.
You got
Give me
2?
some whiskey.
Yes.
2 damage.
12. No. 12 does 12 hit or not?
12 is not hit.
Okay, so I got 2 hits.
Can you make that 2?
5.
I can,
So
No,
6
no,
plus
he's not.
5.
Okay,
That's
okay.
6.
Bourbon.
11. And the other one is 1.
Poor
So
guy.
12. 12 hit point of
12
damage.
Okay. So you take a big swing at it. It kind of feels like you're like attacking charcoal almost. It kind of grinds beneath your. Because you have an axe, right?
Yeah, I have an
Great.
axe.
Yeah. But it's starting to just look a little rough. Like you see kind of these bits of like dripping flame kind of ooze off of it.
Yeah.
Um.
Next time I'll attack with the barbecue. Enter into that!
All right. Now it is on
Me?
you.
Okay. So I'll just kind of lazily be like, let me handle this. I'll take a great sword, swing at it. That's 20.
Mm-hmm.
My
That'll
first
hit.
attack. And the second attack is a 16.
That will miss.
Okay.
Oh, so the AC is 17.
11 points of damage. I'm not going to go into a rage.
Okay.
I'm going to save it.
So you do 11 points of damage.
Yeah, I didn't do that too either.
Can you only rage once
Oh,
per
yes, please.
rest?
One life cube.
So it looks like it's
No,
looking
it's
pretty
like
beat up at this
4
point. It's kind of like.
times. 4 times per level.
And now it's on PK Reek.
Okay. I will take a. How far away is it? Like on me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Salamander will earn my respect if it survives this round.
I don't just shoo it away like a cat. Like, shh, go away!
You got in its territory.
Is it like on me or is
Like
it?
the
No,
bookshelf
it's
is the
like
territory.
coming out of the little hole in the wall.
Okay, I
Oh,
will.
thank you,
Maybe
Seth.
can I
Shoot
kick
it.
it as a pet?
I will
You need a friend?
Yeah.
Thank you. Longbow shot. Oh my goodness, why am I rolling so badly? That's a 10, so that'll miss, right? I think I get 2 attacks though.
Okay. That sounds right. At
That's
this
good.
level, you'll usually have.
Phew, excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
That's a 16.
That will miss.
Okay.
So you back up and get your longbow out and shoot the wall 2 inches in front of you, and both of them just hit the rocks. Now it
This is the
on-
most difficult bookshelf we have faced.
Yeah, now it's on the salamander, so it's gonna make an attack on you. It's gonna.
I'm pretty sure
It's
in
kind of
the
like gonna do almost like
monster
a
manual
python,
there's like books
run around
with
and
teeth.
try to crush.
Yeah.
Like in
Crush
Harry
your
Potter.
Uh-huh.
So does
You can fight like
a,
you have 50 books.
12 hits.
They're like
No.
half
and then
half a
it
level
will
damage, but you have
try to
50
take
of
a
them.
bite at you as well.
One of them is going to do 20 there. No,
Does
20 at
a
least.
24 hit?
That does.
Okay.
No.
So the bite, which is charged with fire, so the bite will do 7 plus 15. So it's going to do 15 points of 7 points of normal damage, 8 points of fire damage.
Okay, this one I can absorb.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
I'm only gonna cast it at first level though. So.
That's a weird thing about absorb elements to me.
Is it a spell slot?
No, is that
It is spell slot.
it's a you would presumably want to use it defensively, But the only thing that scales with spell level is the damage of it.
Oh,
It
really?
is
You can,
because
like,
because
unleash
it makes
whatever
your
it's
next your next basic attack add that element.
Yeah, so I have fire damage next time I hit.
But it's like, okay, if a thing that's a fire thing just hit me with fire, I probably
Yeah,
don't want to
it's
attack with
probably
fire
not.
next
It
time.
might be like mixed because like a lot of times they'll have like mixed. You know, there's
Sets,
fire
yeah.
monsters.
That's-
Element. This
Sunlight
particular campaign is less of that because it is more just like
Elemental. Yeah.
this element is this zone. This element is this zone. But yeah.
Okay, so
That makes
resistance
sense.
means that I take half.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so I
right.
take 4.
Yeah, 4 plus times 11 damage total. It's 7
okay,
normal
okay.
damage,
Yeah.
8 divided by 2.
Which turn is it after that?
So now it is on Zuga.
So I'm going to-
size deep plays. I can't even kill a freaking salamander.
So go ahead and roll
So-
your,
I'm going to try something. It's the salamander.
you got up slowly.
The salamander looks in a very bad shape. You said.
Yeah, it looks very rough.
Okay, so I'm
Very
trying
good.
to use animal handling to tame it.
Okay.
So I wanted to, you
So
know.
give me an animal handling check.
Yes, I have +5. I never used it.
Nice.
Now's the time.
Let's go. Let's see.
17 + 5, 22.
Yeah.
So you hear. Then it goes. Daddy. So now the salamander crawls down from the wall and hides behind Mikhail's feet, and it just kind of like whips its tail.
Okay.
Like it's very nervous and
Oh,
stressed.
so cute.
Yeah. So you have a new salamander friend.
What's his name?
Okay, I
What's his
cast
name? What's
magic
his name?
missile again on.
Kill bug.
Can I have in my bag a cooking glove so I can pet the salamander?
You actually probably don't have cooking gloves, so you just have to appreciate your salamander from a distance. You
Okay.
can't touch your new pet just yet. Because the touch of it is actually very potent. It's like
Good
its
thing I didn't go
main
into a rage for this.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have to touch it to go into rage?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, it ended with him as a pet. So
Oh.
I'm glad I didn't waste a rage on it.
Nice little bottle of bourbon. It's nice.
Cool.
I pour myself some.
Do I know what a salamander eats?
People.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like humans. You kind of look in the little hole where you can do an investigation check if you want.
Can I do
Or a
just
nature
animal
check.
handling?
Or animal handling, yeah.
Yeah. 8.
8, maybe meat. You know,
Yeah, that's-
kinda maybe meat.
Next time
you know,
we'll see a
yes.
corpse. I'll try.
Yeah,
I mean,
Try
You know,
putting
it's
your
an
finger
animal.
up to its mouth and see what happens.
yeah.
Can I put a twitchy finger into his mouth? And
So do you do that, or do you twist his finger?
Which
finger?
Yeah, it goes. It takes. It kind of takes a bite toward Tristan's finger, but he jerks away on reflex, even as small.
Okay,
as
so
he is.
it's
Okay. So
Okay.
you are in this room. The
Give it
door
a
Why
is
don't we try and get
still has those two
I've given up on the books.
entries in it. Yeah, you're like, I'm good. Go ahead and give me a investigation check, real quick.
On.
Yeah, just
Okay.
What if she rolls a nat 1 again? There's another salamander.
Oh my god.
yeah. It's his wife. Ah! They always travel in
Looking for it,
pairs.
yeah.
13.
Okay, so yeah, you don't find. You kind of like look across like the books. You just turn around everywhere. You don't find anything that sticks out to you. Now, yeah. So you all are in this like small kind of storage room. There's kind of this glowing archway. It kind of still seems to have some like energy flowing through it over the stairs down.
So let's try and defuse this. Mikhail,
Yeah.
or Zuka, please disable this door for us.
playing with the stones.
So yeah, as you play the stones, you kind of figure out the combinations. We don't go through the whole rigmarole, and
How
suddenly
many type of different doors there is in the
there's a
rule
lot.
books?
So yeah, so you kind of like figure out the combination, and suddenly the kind of the light dies from the door, and it kind of is a more normal looking entrance now. I think you had one stone in, one stone out.
Cool.
So let's go in.
I push Twitch and switch through the arch just to be safe.
He
Is it an arch?
catches fire, dies.
Good.
Just kidding. So you go into a downstairs mix-up.
It's a cool notebook. Where do the QR codes go?
it's supposed to be so like I was like, oh, it can like transcribe. So it's supposed to like transcribe everything from text to whatever.
Is it like a never notebook? When
Yeah, you take a picture of it, but I tested it out and like the software was just literally just saves the pictures that you took of your notebook. It's like we can email you the picture you took of your notebook with our app. And I was like, guys, really? Like, and then it's like text transcription is beta, and it was like gibberish.
That seems. Why wouldn't I just take a photo of it and email it to my?
I know, it was exactly that. Where I was
so
like,
funny.
guys, come on. I mean, it's cool because you can like do different things. You're like, oh, if I want to go to Dropbox, like I'll circle this, and it'll go to Dropbox. But it's like
there's like
little symbols on the bottom.
I see.
It's like I could also just like
Just
touch that button on my phone and it would go to
Save
Dropbox.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So
It's
I was.
making so much sense.
The one nice thing is it's erasable, so it's just like a nice erasable notebook now that I can
nice.
use for D&D. But yeah, I was like, what? It was one of my like, oh, it's gonna be great, for a writer. You get the notes everywhere. It's not so much. Okay, so you're kind of in another entryway. You see a door leading back down this way and a door leading that way. A path, and this way, as you look around in this room, this has kind of like a red, lurid light. Like there's a lot more, like kind of like almost lava flowing around. So you see like on the corner of this room, there's kind of this flowing lava on this side. You see kind of red light coming from this farther room where there's lava flowing, and then in here you can hear. I'll put a little sound thing. You can hear the gears turning from this room over here.
Okay. Does it seem like there's anyone around?
It seems pretty deserted, but you can go ahead and give me a perception check. You want to see if there's some friends around.
17?
Okay, so you hear very distant, it sounds like voices, but they are coming from this side of the...
Do they sound like they're moving towards us?
With the 17, you probably can't tell. You just know there's somebody down here.
Right.
Do we try to be stealthy?
Yeah, if you guys want to be stealthy,
I would like to stealth. Yeah.
Right, everybody roll stealth.
Yeah,
okay. Ask Salami to get stealthy.
Could you help me? Don't you
Oh,
have
yeah. Wait, I cast
talks?
Pass Without Trace.
How much intelligence does the thing have?
That's very dumb.
All right, we're good.
It's just a
Because
lizard.
I
It
always
shouldn't even be able to
miss
say
my-
daddy.
20
but
27.
Your amazing animal handling
You
skills.
have pass without trace.
27.
27,
I
okay,
cast
stealth.
13.
Pass Without Trace so that everybody gets plus 10.
Awesome.
It's a good thing you did that
13
double
plus.
three.
Wait.
Nice,
Stealth.
nice.
That's 16.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Yeah,
Very good.
5.
Uh,
10 now, it's a 15.
25.
Plate mail, huh?
Plus
You're
10 should
non-magical
give us.
plate mail. What's that?
So 25.
Alright, so you all stealth. You hear Wesley kind of with his plate mail, but once you yell at him, he kind of quiets down. So the voices are still kind of like echoing down from those other corridors. And where do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to go towards the voices, towards the sound of gears over here?
Towards the
Gears,
gears.
I'd say.
Alright. So you enter into this massive chamber. And it seems to extend beyond like the normal confines of maybe the room above. And you see this kind of huge pillar of what looks like almost solid stone. And it's slowly, and there's like kind of like gear hooks on it, like the gear teeth. And there's like kind of a gear turning this. You see all the lava flowing in from above. So here's like, this is kind of like just stone, and then there's like a very narrow pathway around the crankshaft, and all the lava is coming in and turning a huge water wheel here.
I'll crank your shaft.
Ma'am,
Through the glory
Wow.
hole.
ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask.
It's not a stream for children tonight.
She's reported.
Set me up.
Reported. Have a nice day. So like the water, or the lava's flowing in from above into these channels, and it's turning this huge gear wheel at one end that's turning that big stone cylinder on the other.
Is there like a lever or something?
No, there's no lever. It seems to be just like built into this place. That this is just like, and everything is made out of stone.
Where's
It
the lava
seems-
flowing from
It
again?
seems overdoing it. I mean, people have been over-engineered a turning water.
I mean, you know, we can't really talk about over-engineering.
Too much
things.
time on their head.
Yeah.
How
So
much
you
time
guys are
did we
here
got?
for-
We got for that project? I got 10 years. I got the perfect idea.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you guys going to do for the next 10 years? Maybe just build like a spinning room. Wow. Okay, so
Where's the lava flowing from again?
it's flowing from the roof. It's kind of like these channels coming in, and they're going into this pool, and this is kind of feeding into that pool. So that there's kind of like you guys are on like a raised pathway, like just above like this kind of like.
Been in
lava
a
flow.
similar Zelda dungeon.
Really? Maybe.
I think
Is there-
there's a water temple one where there's a lot of gears that are you have to get the water flowing. Anyways,
Yeah, there you go.
Is there any indication? So do we? Which one matches up to the rotating room or rotating like doorway?
Above this machine kind of like lines up to the rotating door.
Oh, the
you
whole
can-
thing. So neither of them is mirroring or is exactly that.
Yeah, so you don't necessarily see. You don't necessarily see. You can see like very faint kind of indications of symbols rotating around, and they look like a mirror of the symbols above, but they don't have any like fixtures where you can put stuff in or out.
And where does the lava go?
Huh?
Where does the lava goes away?
The lava, it just flows further down. There's like another channel down here where it disappears.
Okay.
Okay, could we?
And then you see.
Does it look like there is another
You
room
see,
behind?
like, kind of like the walls of this are all that very burnt, kind of like almost like burnt coal, but it's much weaker. So like everything in the basement seems like a little bit more like less maintained. So it's much weaker. So like the walls seem almost to kind of to breaking here.
Can we chip off some stuff from the wall and block the lava channel?
You can certainly try.
We can maybe look above if there's like something that would block the lava from entering the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to have overflowing lava at our level.
Oh, that's true.
Can I look at what she's doing, but from above the stairs, and laugh maniacally?
Yeah, you could certainly do that. Yeah.
That's true. I didn't think about
Well,
where
you
the lava
guys,
would
yeah.
go.
I won't spoil. I'll let you guys.
I didn't know we were
Tempted
gonna
to give
have to.
hints, but I'm not gonna.
Can I
I'm a notorious hint giver.
How far are the voices?
They are still in that initial chamber. They have not gotten near enough. to
If
hear
we
from
made a
here.
loud noise, would they hear it?
They might. Let's see.
We just crossed the portal, the door, so we can go the other way and try to, bring them.
Oh,
And,
like
zap
trap them
them
with
like
the
the
door?
last time. No, we went through another like a magical door with the stones,
Uh-huh.
so we can try and make go the other way of that door, make sounds, and like we did with the other.
Oh, so
Battle.
you tricked some people to go in the door and then
Yeah.
they triggered the trap?
Yeah,
I thought we
You
just locked it so that they couldn't come.
yeah, but if people passed through, they're like mean grounded or something.
Where did they find us?
All right.
Okay, I feel like we should keep going down. Can we?
Yeah, you can go this way.
Towards the people.
Oh, towards the
It's a very like it's like kind of like an old kind of crappy sub basement.
There's nothing else in this room. There's just the gear.
You
Lava
have to
flows.
investigate. So like if you look around, you see what looks like old. If you give me an investigation check.
Yeah, I'll investigate too.
Oh, investigate too.
15?
14.
12.
Ooh, that 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So you see right in this gear that's like catching the actual, that's rotating the actual thing. You see that there's a small kind of like break in the crankshaft here, where you could hypothetically take a chunk out and it would stop turning a part of it.
Take it out.
All right, you take it out. This machine stops.
So how?
Hurry.
If I'm at the door, can I like shout loud enough so you can hear it if it's downstairs?
Oh,
Yes.
so you can like stop it when it's at the right
Yes.
place.
Okay, but
Yeah.
will the other hear us?
Probably. Oh, he has message, right?
Yeah, but
maybe he could like stop it and then message you if you're up there.
Yeah.
Or actually, you would want to message him when it's in the right spot. Like he should be up there.
I mean, I can just clunk something
Mhm.
when it's there, like a regular clunk. They won't
Like,
have.
you could go up and
It
message.
won't be as much,
it
you
won't
know,
be
as,
suspicious.
as much suspicious as the others.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So I'm going up and putting the stone so it activated,
Yeah.
and I'm cloning like on the floor every time it's in front of me, but not very loud. You know, just
Yeah.
so if you making sure you're. Yeah, listen.
Yeah, so as you do that, so yeah, you go upstairs, you wait, you let it turn again, you set the rocks in,
Yes.
and then as the eye starts coming around with the glowing, you clang, and
I take it out.
Lexi pulls it out, and suddenly it freezes with the eye
Yay!
stuck there.
It's still burning inside.
Yeah, it's still glowing, and yes, and you can reach in without...
Is there enough space for a salamander to go into?
Yes.
You can certainly command your pet to try.
Okay, first I wanted to try something. I
You
have
could
the
go into the hole, though, yeah.
okay. I have the extract of the Cthulhu creature, which is
extract the what?
of the Cthulhu creature we had in the water temple, and this is meat. So I wanted to
Oh,
fill
sure.
my yes.
The what creator we got? No.
You remember the floor, the water that was raising, and
Yeah, yeah,
there was
yeah,
an
yeah.
undead.
Yeah, you got
That
a piece. Yeah,
I-
yeah.
So we
Named
stopped
Buddy.
the-
And then there was like a Cthulhu
Kind of
creature
like this.
attacking us, and I
Adam
pick
found
one
a piece that he
some
could
extract of it.
Oh,
He
nice.
just
The extract of the what, though?
The Cthulhu creature you told me it was.
Let me read what you wrote because I am not.
and
You
now
know,
we're
lo-
trying to figure out how to extract the thing without dying to fire damage.
Oh, Cthulhu creature.
Cthulhu.
That's, yeah.
Cthulhu. Cthulhu?
Cthulhu.
Oh, we killed the squid in the water.
Yeah, the squid in the water. So you have the extract from the squid. What do you want to do with the extract?
I want to feed my creature, my salamander.
You want to feed your salamander with it, so
A little bit, so you can
pour a little
feed-
bit of extract for the salamander, and it kind of like looks at it. It kind of looks like a bird, and it kind of picks at it, and suddenly some of like the fire starts to go out around its face.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it starts not like it doesn't seem painful, but it just seems to kind of stop the fire a little bit. Looks more like rock now beneath all that.
Okay. I demand my salamander to
A
pick
few
the...
minutes later, it starts to kind of go back, and he goes back to flame.
Okay. So I asked my salamander to go inside and pick the rock.
To go and pick the rock. So
Yeah.
it like kind of scuttles. I'm gonna just say you all go back upstairs for the sake of expediency.
Is that the sound of us climbing the stairs?
Wow.
I really
So-
need to replace these boots. They're way too magical. Magical
Yeah.
sound.
They're like
Those
those
are
light up
mis-
sneakers,
Yeah.
but it's with sound.
Yeah. Why is he? Why? You see these little red lights walking around the dungeon. Excuse me. So yeah, you walk back upstairs. The salamander goes in. It doesn't really know what to do. It just kind of like goes up, like tries to scrabble at the rock with its hand, but it doesn't have like opposable thumbs.
Yes.
So it can't really.
Even
just
if
try-
with
Use its
mouth?
mouth?
Yeah, it tries, but it's like it can't really get a good grip with just teeth.
It's okay, Salami. Don't get...
So
He looks really sad. He's like, he comes back.
Okay.
And he sits
We're
at
all
your
there
side.
now, right?
Yeah, you guys are all.
Couldn't I
there.
just wrap my hand in like my leather armor, like take like my
Mhm,
vest off
mhm.
and just free ball it, and then just like reach in and like grab it?
You can certainly try.
It seems like that would protect it.
Go ahead
Grab
and.
something?
you could be
So
good.
you reach in. Go ahead and give me a strength check. As you grab the rock, you feel some kind of thing that makes it hard for your hand to move,
I got a 9.
and it's tough to pull out. And then you hear like a kind of a hiss of a door opening, and you see a little crescent at the top of the door open up, and the door starts descending towards the ground. And you can't really get your hand out, and it's stuck.
We are
The
helping
What
door?
you.
kind of weapon do you
Wait,
have?
what
I
door?
have a great sword. I have
Is
a
it a
great
two-handed
axe.
weapon?
Yeah.
You don't have hex.
But I also
Can I-
have,
can I
I also
cut-
have
are you
an
gonna
axe.
have-
I also
Are you gonna have the
an axe.
128?
No!
Are you gonna have the like 128, 27 hours this?
I know. I
How
also
many
have a
movie
hand axe
references
though,
have you made
Do
today?
you have a hand axe?
in my offhand.
Okay.
Wow, I guess I have made it.
So, do we see
Wait,
that? Do we see...
Merlin?
Can I try
You
to?
see the door opening, and you see it starting to
Young
kind of go
Frankenstein.
down.
Okay, so
You
I
see the
help
door
her.
open
Me.
Another
I
one
help
that
her
I
like
didn't
pulling
recognize.
the hands, like I'm pushing my feet against the wall and like pulling as much as
Yeah,
as I
so
can.
go ahead and give me a strength check.
Strength.
Wait, is this her hand is stuck?
Yeah, her hand, it like
That's
whatever
my
that
radar.
ruby is, it
So I got
it's
19
the
plus
hand, it's
5,
the
24.
24.
Yes.
All right, so you're able to just pull
Just.
this thing out. It's just kind of like long, and the door kind of collapses open.
Thank you. I'm fine. It's fine.
By the way,
It's fine.
the other option was shrinking you,
Oh.
and that would have been funnier.
That sounds
Yeah.
Yeah,
fun.
more
I shrunk the
more of an arm
Like-
that can.
Like
like,
Ant-Man. It's just like
Yeah,
running through the...
Yeah.
how far can you shrink people?
half
Is it
their,
like-
half their size?
So she would have like twice the amount of arm cut by the door.
No. I would have assumed. Well, I mean, I would have assumed it would have shrunk the arm to be tiny enough and far enough away that it wouldn't like
Yeah,
pop out.
that's true.
Also,
Could've.
yeah.
Could have been wrong, or
Strength,
or you just get your entire body severed because
Right.
now you're smaller and it all fits in there.
Just cuts her in half.
Okay.
So much worse. So wait, the door's opening now.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the door opens up and you see a small spheric or cylindrical chamber, and in the center is a dais with like kind of these like golden claws that are holding up this bar of what looks like metal, but intertwined with it is what could be like almost like a liquid like ruby, like this kind of like red jewel that runs around this thing.
It's a throne or...
No, it's not a dais. It's like these two claws holding up this staff. This
Does
bar
it
of metal
look like
with this
spear?
liquid
Go
red,
onto
This
it?
stuff.
liquid blue, and liquid like kind of this gray. So you see like kind of these like multicolored kind of threads that run along this thing, and at the end is kind of like this open headpiece.
So this is the door to go downstairs.
That's the door to go downstairs.
Okay, so I've closed it.
You close it again. It's fine.
Yeah, just in case.
Can I walk forward and grab the staff?
Yep. So you can certainly pick it up.
Can I
So
check
you
it
go
for
ahead and
traps?
Pick up the staff, and
Too late.
you lift up the staff, and you.
I immediately put the head on the staff.
You slam the top of the thing on the staff,
Good
and
call.
suddenly you see like the door the door is about to start kind of shutting again, but it kind of comes back up as this light
Can I
as this
Indiana
light
Jones it?
suffuses around the
Oh
room.
my god, what is happening? I've like made inadvertently like 6 movie references
Wait, what
today.
did you say just
I
now?
just said Indiana Jones it. Like if the door's about to start sliding.
Yeah.
So, but as you put the headpiece on, it glows suddenly brighter. The door, with the light kind of flowing towards it, opens back up.
In the circular room, is there another opening that would give us entrance to other doors if it... Never mind.
Yeah, you would have to reactivate it. So like
Yes.
So if you are wondering if there are other chambers
Yes, I was
that are
wondering that.
connected, if this thing is turning, you would have to reactivate. The
Especially
downstairs
20 seconds to
thing
get out, that
take.
would be... When you have to keep the stuff and the light there, so... But
Yeah.
do you want
so-
to reactivate or do you want to fly away?
We got the thing we need, right?
Yeah. So what?
I mean, there might be
What
other
would it
treasures
be?
and, you know, maybe a necromantic
We'll
book
be
or
so
two.
treasure thirsty.
I know.
Okay, what rooms have we not explored? The place where the voices were downstairs.
Yeah, you haven't gone anywhere much further downstairs. You went to this small treasure chamber and got some stuff. There's kind of a whole enormous range of complex down that way, and this is the way out. So you haven't even found the main entrance, because this entrance was a small side entrance that kind of cut in from the house.
Maybe we can close the door and have a long rest.
You certainly could.
That's actually a good idea, right? Would they know that?
Would
They
the
would see
room
that the
start
thing is
spinning
stopped.
again?
Right.
I don't know.
They
So-
see it was stopped. And
Then we can go back.
I'll
Yeah.
meditate
Yeah.
and I take half of it. So,
So you guys
We
want
can
to
have a
try
short
to
rest.
take off the headpiece. So is that what you do to have a short rest, and then it'll close the door?
I mean, a short rest is how long?
30 minutes.
How
We can
badly-
like take an hour and have half of the group,
You
Being
can go
awake,
on watch.
someone-
You can take a long rest and go on watch.
like for an hour. Someone would like watch and walk everyone if
Mhm.
someone come by.
How
Yeah.
badly do you need a rest right now? Are you like?
Oh no, I'm good. We're gonna continue fighting.
Okay.
If you guys aren't too beat up, it's up to you.
Yeah,
I'm alright.
soldier on.
Okay.
Let's keep moving.
Soldier on.
Let's keep
Okay.
moving. Okay.
So yeah,
Can
you
we
guys
just-
go back into the atrium. You have your staff. It is the staff of the elemental. I don't think it has. I don't remember if it has a name here.
You have it, right?
Boogaloo?
I'm adding it right now.
Can it be the staff of the elemental Boogaloo?
Boogaboo.
Boogaloo.
If it does not
Electric
have an
Boogaloo.
actual name in this item list, then
It's not electric, it's
absolutely.
fire.
Oh yeah, that's true. The fire comes with it.
Staff of fire, staff of frost, staff of swarming insects.
Nice.
No, that's the best one.
Oh, they don't have.
Staff of the Python.
Stuff for the Python? Like the Monty?
Exactly.
We call it the erect python staff.
Didn't see that coming at him.
Hey,
It's too easy with all these jokes.
someone else has been making way dirtier jokes than me
That's true.
today.
That's true. That's true. Shame on me.
I can get away with it
Why?
because I'm married to him.
Yeah. No, she can't.
Just kidding. I like to think I can, but I can't.
Interesting. Oh yeah, there it is. So it's called the song. I don't know if it's in that one because I don't know if we have the extended universe things in there. It's called the Song of the Four Winds.
Weren't we like picking amulets at one point? What's with this stuff?
So
The staff is the thing that goes on with the also the orb that Salam gave us, this elf queen, where we put it on top, and now it like theoretically this is the whole thing that we need to go fight the eye that the heralds are summoning.
At one point, will we have a mecha out of all the stuff we got? Like if we have a foot and a staff, and then you put an orb and another staff, we can have like a full robot.
yeah,
for
it's the
ourselves.
Transformers, exactly.
Actually, and the staff you got is called Optimus Prime.
Yeah, and it's very powerful and kind and benevolent. Yeah, so
It's
so it's
called-
called the Song of the Four Winds. And it does have some special abilities, but you're not aware of them yet. All you notice is that
Can I?
you kind of feel this. I forget who's wearing the amulets at this point, but kind of like
Switchy
this,
switch.
like you feel this strange kind of lightness come over, and there's like this no longer this kind of cloying presence that you felt at one point.
Can I
with
cast
those things around.
Identify?
You can certainly cast Identify, but you would still need to attune, I think. And I would also just have to like look up all the different things about it. 'Cause-
Okay, then I'll wait.
Yeah, so you'll figure it out next time. Karen.
Okay, let's continue
Cast
investigating.
Extended Identify.
So the DM has to cast Identify.
yeah, the
so
DM has to cast Identify. 'Cause,
So,
yeah.
do you want to go down or look at the other rooms we haven't looked at? In the same. We can like finish this floor and then go down one floor.
Oh, I see. Oh, but there's also more stuff over here.
Yes, that's what
But
I'm
there's-
talking about.
Oh, okay. And there's also what's over here.
What?
So
There's
this
like
stuff
the-
you
this
guys
is the- there
already
was-
explored.
Wasn't there? There was like voices coming from down the hallway.
That was downstairs. That was.
Oh, downstairs.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
These.
So we can
Okay,
finish this
yeah,
floor
okay.
and then go downstairs.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
And
Explore this floor. Yeah.
and we have to go through the corpse the guy we killed, so we can have food for my salamander too.
There you go.
Two,
So,
two
so you go out
stone.
into the main room. You point the salamander towards one of the corpses.
It was a fire mage, so it's very
It's
good.
right up its
food
alley.
for-
Yeah, for
Yeah.
salamanders, exactly. So it takes a few tentative bites and kind of tugs off an arm and kind of carries it in its mouth as it's going along.
Can I take the arm and play fetch with the salamander?
Yes, you can. So go ahead and give me a strength check to see how far you throw.
But no, I don't want to throw it too far because I
Okay,
don't want
you
to
don't wanna be in
alarm.
trouble,
I don't
okay.
want to alert
Yeah,
anybody.
you throw it. He chases after it. He brings it back and it's kind of like wagging his tail and like as he has like the human arm in his mouth and it's very
I
excited.
don't touch him, but I pat the air
Yeah,
above
you
his head.
kind of give him like an air pat. He
Yeah,
appreciates
yeah,
it.
yeah,
He
yeah.
feels very honored and appreciated.
So
You
we
can
just
tell.
staying in the temple and trying to find more treasure.
Yeah, is this what we came here for?
I think we came here. We
Yeah.
got the stuff.
So the staff that we came here for,
Yeah.
a lot of this stuff has been kind of populated and attacked by, populated and kind of utilized by these cultists. But yeah, you guys can do whatever.
Did we do that for every other temple, like finding the things we were searching for and then just fly away, or? Because I
I
missed a
think
bunch
we
of.
didn't find what we were searching for in the other temples until the very end.
I think
Well,
we
this
is
also
unusual.
like very
First
much were on the
This is the
brink of
first
death at
post,
the
right?
water temple. So like,
we just left as
Yeah.
soon as
Just got out of there as quickly as you could.
I agree. I think
Sorry.
we should keep the Apo.
All right, so you guys, let's say you guys go back up to the. So you guys want to go back up to the house, the original house.
Does
There was
everybody-
other rooms
everybody
here.
agree?
There
We
are.
want to go back here.
Okay, so you go that way. So if you guys do go that way, let me draw.
This feels like a bad idea.
Something smells good. I think it's still a pop. Alright, so let's say you go down that way. You see everything kind of starts looking more and more. There's another room. You see kind of like this starts to kind of degrade into like a lava flow that's coming down from this wall. A small path extends over, it's kind of like there. The small path extends over that lava flow into another door there. And then you see what looks like kind of like an old, like, stone boat almost tied up here.
So there's two ways.
Beautiful day for a row, isn't it?
you decided
So you go into that other room, like where the camping was. It looks a lot less. It looks a lot more disused. Like kind of there's not like the ground in the other rooms was like pretty trampled down. There's more like loose stones and gravel. The walls are kind of like crumbling and coming a little loose.
is it all lava?
So no, this area is stone, and then there's kind of a lava flow from here forward. Just
So
kind
the
of
boat's
far
on
side
the
of the room.
lava.
Yeah, the boat's floating on the lava flow. And there's like a bridge that goes over it as well.
How sturdy does the bridge looks?
It's like kind of old stone, but it's about in the same state of disrepair as the rest of the room.
Do we really want to go further, or should we just?
No,
get
we
out?
can go back and go down.
Let's bail.
Yeah,
All right, who's in favor of
I hate
bailing?
to, I
Who's
hate
in
to
favor of
say it,
bailing
but
from the
I
dungeon?
agree with Wexley.
Bailing so 2 bales, 3 bales, 4. Okay, so you guys depart
As
out
much
of
as
the
I like
dungeon.
exploring.
Yeah, this one's a spicy one too. So there's a lot of
We
unpleasant
got
surprises.
same what we got for. Might as well save up our hit
Came what
points.
we got for.
We got what we came for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Has
keeping.
whiskey.
Are the stones heavy or?
Okay.
Delightful, thank you.
Sorry, smells heavy.
Yeah, the door stones, are they heavy or can I just keep them as a
They're
souvenir?
pretty. They're about a kilo each, so they're pretty heavy. They might. You have. I think it was you that had so much stuff you were starting to get overburdened.
I was like, oh no, you're supposed to bring it
Who's the
ahead.
one that has the big barrel of whiskey or whatever?
Yeah,
It's him. Yeah, he's the one that's
Oh,
starting to
still
get
have
overburdened.
Better ha-
So
I
yeah, I think
still-
your strength checks are supposed to be a disadvantage. I gotta remember that. So yeah, it's gonna definitely push you more towards the overburdened thing.
Yeah, so
Let me,
when
let
we're
me
doing
help you
out,
out. Let me help you out. I'll carry some in my
do
stomach.
you want a barrel of whiskey?
I know. I just want to carry a little bit of it in my stomach.
You can have my what did I add? I had like the book of did I add it or did I give it away?
I have
The
a
Book of Doom.
Yeah.
I don't remember if
wait.
I
I
had it.
actually I have a bag of holding.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
wanna Put it in there.
So I give her the Book of Doom.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a
What
Book
is
of
it?
Doom.
Look at Doom, huh?
It's the book that the dwarf were after and were chasing us when I had the amulets.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
it's supposedly to describe how to use the amulet, but also how to destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
And I haven't read it, so
You can't read. So.
You might as well keep the whiskey.
I'm like
Librarians aren't known for their
I have
intelligence.
10 intelligence second.
You can barely. You can kind of sound words out. You can
The
read
second
10
grade reading
intelligence.
level.
It depends. I don't remember the language used, but I think.
Yeah, I think it's
include
gotta be right.
animals as well?
I can.
Yeah. Should go convince the salamander. to
And I give you also the
Pretty good.
stones.
I never use it, but I
If you want.
Stones, sure.
Yeah.
go make the
I was
salamander.
planning to like bury them nearby the
Sit
temples, but
I've-
I,
Yeah. You want to put them here where like you came in and found
No,
them?
no,
in the
no.
wall?
Ah, no,
Excuse
he's
me.
just handing them to me to hold.
Okay, so you take the stones. All right. So you all go back up, and you're back in that old kind of drafty house. and you're in the kind of the far cellars. I don't know.
The
if it's
dancing mansion.
the dancing mansion, though. That's where the party's at.
House party on the.
But you're in this kind of in the large house complex, and while you're there, you hear more voices, and they're a little closer, and they
We haven't
don't.
closed the door behind us.
So you hear voices. You can't make out words just yet. As you kind of you're coming in through like the servants, like the storage where you found that barrel of whiskey. So like the kind of like the kitchen's basements. You're going through the kitchen's basements. There's a lot of like barrels and foodstuffs and grain and heaps. And then there's kind of like a small like spiral staircase leading up to like the kitchen.
Hey, it did burn
proper.
away.
What's that?
The whiskey, all the barrels did burn away.
Yeah, some of it burnt away, I think. But yeah, there's still like just like charred corn or whatever, just left over. Some of it even popped.
Delicious.
Wow, this is so immersive.
Can I look at the the corn that is popped and invents?
So you invent popcorn
I
and
invent
you lead
popcorn.
a campaign and become a millionaire.
Just throw some truffle
I mean, it's Middle Ages. I become a
Thousandaire.
southerner, yes.
Become a lord.
made
Lord
twice
popcorn.
yearly.
The lord of corn.
Yeah.
So you hear voices upstairs.
Can I investigate?
Yes.
Cool.
Let's go ahead and
Can
give me an
I,
investigation check.
can I also do it stealthily?
Yes,
I
you
think
may.
my stealth is still active.
Yeah, you
It
guys
goes
should all
for
still
an
be stealth.
hour.
So you guys are
Yay.
still good, yeah.
Investigation check. You said
Mm-hmm.
19.
Cool. So you all hear, you hear what looks like kind of like a very like gravelly old voice that says, "Now, they may have closed the portal, but all we must do, I sense that they are close. I sense the items are close. We will find them, take our items back, and reopen the gateway, and resume trade immediately." And and these do not sound like town people.
How many people?
Let's get out.
You hear a lot of footsteps.
A lot.
Yeah, like a lot.
Where are we in the house?
You guys are in this. I should just draw this out.
The
So you guys are in the basements, below the kitchen. So you should remember your memory would have faded somewhat. So this was like the break in the wall that led you down to the temple. This is the basement. The first kind of set of the basements. There's a larger storage area here, and then there's a spiral staircase that leads up to the kitchens. And the kitchens are in the back, with like two huge stoves there. And then your guys' memory starts to kind of get a little cloudier. So you don't think that you can't. It doesn't sound like anybody's in the kitchen, and that connects up to this is like the basement. This is the first floor. And there's like kind of like a long hallway that would take you back to like various rooms, and then eventually it would, because I think you were on the west side, so there would be a bunch of rooms on this side as well. And then you start to hear footsteps, kind of like this is where you're starting to hear some activity. Then the front entryway is like way over here.
And we're here.
So the only
Yeah.
exit is to come up into the kitchen.
Yeah, the only exit from here is to come in the kitchen, and you may be able to find other ways out from there, because that's like the first floor, so there's more options.
Okay.
Let's go to the kitchen first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stealthily.
Yeah.
So you stealth up to the kitchen. And give me a perception check. Actually, sorry, who has Arcana? That probably
I do.
I do.
Okay.
Natural 20 plus 8.
Ooh,
Nice.
be fine.
So you immediately sense that
All magic in the world.
I'm connected to the multiverse. So you sense that they are on alert. They are on alert, and they are putting up tracking spells and like kind of almost alarm spells all over the place. So you kind of see these very faint lines of power. These faint lines of power crossing the door here.
Thing where we
You duck a- You have to get what is it like the powder like in yeah, so you feel energy guarding this door. You feel energy along the hallway here, and you feel, because you did so well on your roll, some energy down here in terms of tracking spells. So if any of their artifacts that they are looking for happens to cross one of those boundaries,
Ethereal plane.
I'm skeptical that
Won't
these
they
folks
know?
don't have it on both, you know? So,
You should
do we...
check there.
Only Chase knows about, or Twitchley knows about that army that was advancing on him in the ethereal plane.
Did you tell us about it?
I don't know if he told you guys about
I
it.
don't know.
He's standing with us right now.
Hey!
Hey, guys, do you
Hey!
any ideas as to what this large group of people could be?
Oh, he says, I guess that probably was maybe this army I saw on the ethereal plane or whatever, so.
You're just telling us now, Twitchley.
Oh.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, spot on.
Absolutely right.
that sounds like
Yeah.
something he would
What a
say.
That sounds like exactly like. No, but yeah, he cannot tell. Or yeah, he tells you that this is probably like the army that he's showing
Gets it.
up. He's so cool.
Room.
He's so cool.
Why am I a loser?
Oh, God.
Giant
Go.
throttle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can
okay.
tell this is probably the army and maybe some of the troops that could make the jump between these. This is probably like the brass, as you might say.
Twitchley, how many were there?
He's like, oh, well, I guess like up in the when I saw him in the plane, it was like a couple of hundred. So
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, there's not 100 here, so.
Oh, brother.
Okay,
And,
so like, don't fight them.
Well, I mean, I don't see 100 here.
That's the
Make my
spirit.
chest impression, guys.
He's just gonna hide in the back anyway.
Yeah, he's gonna have you
Is
back.
he just like
down.
a surfer bro now?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, dude.
Bruh, come on, bruh.
So do you know, does he know exactly where the traps are?
Yeah, so
So there's a door here that is before the trap.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, but the problem is we can't cross any of the artifacts. So no
oh,
necklaces.
this one is also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no necklaces
Okay.
past it. No staff.
I don't have any of that.
So your
I could
the
go
arcana
through
the
it,
arcana
that's
check. Yeah, so the arcana, to clarify, the arcana check is just specifically artifacts crossing it, not people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're looking for
volunteer
these
to
artifacts.
Double check. You have nothing.
I quickly go through my belongings. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything.
Okay.
I did have that. I had some sort of weird metal thing that I got from the dwarves. I don't think that's an artifact though.
Oh, the
I take it off.
unobtainium, alorasium.
Yeah, I take those off. Whatever
Okay,
it is,
take them
I
off,
take
like the
them off.
bracers or whatever I think they
Yeah.
were.
Just stripped down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turns
I'm always willing to do this.
out
So wait,
it's the
there's a-
button-up things that you can just. like in the
Sir,
90s.
our traps to
make it
detect
red.
artifacts
Wait
and
for this moment.
our traps to
I'm just really
detect
hairy,
artifacts
like
and
shaking.
perky nips. Just triggered.
Just
It's like the fucking
so you
imagery.
walk across the barrier.
I can at least
Um,
investigate, see.
Yeah, so you investigate, you look around, you see that this is kind of a simple kind of like servants' quarters here. There's a window leading out to the grounds, and there's like kind of these like this big like wrought iron fence out here. There's another, and if you look across this side, this is a servants' quarters as well. And there's kind of a central garden, like kind of like those very bougie houses, like a little like fountain and stuff in here.
Like Adam's parents.
Like Adam's parents' house. Yeah, so then you see from this side, this room, there is a view into the central garden that leads out to the outer grounds there. And you can try to cross this one as well, if you want to keep exploring down. But the voices, you can start to hear voices kind of on this
I'm
side
still
of the thing.
stealth,
So
though, right?
yeah, you're still stealth, but if they come around that corner,
Yeah.
I'm actually like been rolling to see if they do.
I can cast
So,
spell
if they
magic
do-
on this trap.
Oh, yes.
That'll let us go through, and then we can try and get out through there.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll just head into that side room
Okay,
I'm
so you
gonna
head to the side
assume
room.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That leads out into the garden area or
Right.
whatever.
So I'm gonna pop
Just to
Feather
kind of
Witch
wait
here.
for them.
So you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's communicated that's us.
Okay. Is the detection one here 3rd level or lower?
Yes.
Okay, so it's gone.
So it's gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Alright.
Go, go,
Let's
go.
go. So we run? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna.
I
So you
refuse
guys
to
wanna
put
go
my
through
clothes
there?
back on.
So yeah. So you all run up to this room here.
Did you hear me?
You put your
Yep.
clothes
I
back on.
refuse to put
She
my clothes
refuses.
back on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For
you're
the
gonna
rest
have
of
an
this
AC,
campaign.
which is gonna be your natural AC,
What's that?
because you don't have any armor.
I put my armor on only. No clothing.
Underneath this armor, I'm naked.
Underneath these clothes.
I've been
Alright, so everybody that's going in that room late after Featherwedge, give me an athletics check.
I'm very athletic.
I'm very athletic. I'm a fucking jock.
Little -1 there. It's a 9.
20 non-natural.
Athletic.
How about 4 work for you?
8. Is the 8 is good enough?
What's happening?
Okay, so one of the guards who looks like kind of like a mid-level, he has a few kind of like bars of rank, and he kind of has that strange kind of like pallor to his skin where there's like kind of this like almost like very deep blue in one arm, kind of like a lurid red under another. Kind of comes around the corner, looks around here, and unfortunately you three are not fast enough to get around the corner in time. So he's like, "Hey, boss, movement!" And he says, "Ah, wonderful. I'd hoped they would arrive." And
We can just spray away. Let's run.
Run!
Run.
Out the window!
Out the
So,
window, run.
okay, so you guys jump out the
Close the
window.
window.
Give me an athletics check out the window, and they are going to be checking to gain on you.
16.
Chasing!
14.
Car chase!
10.
14.
10.
11.
24!
16.
10,
16.
11.
14.
16.
He got
11.
Like, yeah, I had 24.
Alright, so you guys jump out of the window very quickly. You two kind of.
Wait, no, I had a 24.
You had 24. Oh, so then you jump on top of Wexley and like hop over his back as he's struggling.
Do a little flip.
Thanks for not helping me earlier.
And
with the
then,
sound.
unfortunately, Hypochondrius, the window has soot on it, and who knows when it was cleaned last. And he tries to lay down like a little paper towel to kind of to lever himself over it.
I don't see how this is a negative so far.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the time it takes, and it finally gets over very slowly. The time it takes, you see one person, that initial person who spotted you, sticks his head into the room and he's going to cast
See the...
Firebolt against you.
Oh, firebolt. Ah, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It's your worst.
Let's see.
I did on which level the spell is.
Firebolt.
No, firebolt's only a cantrip, right?
But doesn't it level up with levels?
Not according to my spell book, but
Usually
maybe
your cantrips will go up with your levels.
it's usually pretty clear. Some of them can,
Oh,
some of them
man.
can't.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, he doesn't even have that spell because you're right. It is too low level. What was it? God dang it.
No, you guess firebolt.
That one seems like he casted Firebolt to me. It seemed like a Firebolt.
Firebolt. No.
Oh no, he casts volcanic eradication.
Oh, there it is. No, it's a 5th level. Okay.
Flaming
Like,
Death.
he's
Oh,
over
it's a
first
5th
level.
level though? Is it though?
Yes. So this is called Immolation. So flames reads one creature you can see within range. Targets must make a dexterity saving throw.
Whatever, I'm so dexterous. Oh, should I do
You
that?
take
I should do
half
that now.
damage,
Yeah.
which would be like
You should go ahead and do your
half of
dex saving throw
27
right about
each.
now. D6. 7.
Oh, what do I have? Death. Oh, alright, whatever. Do your worst.
19.
Well, actually, the save might be high if it's a 5th level spell.
So what did you roll?
21.
So you save, so you're going to take 10 points of fire damage.
Oh.
So then a sphere of flames.
Can I guess I should absorb
A
elements.
sphere of flames wraps around you, and it. Yeah, she's even mad about it.
I
And it
agree,
seems to be
dude.
following your movements. So as you step out of the door these flames are still.
Can I
surrounding
absorb 10 points of damage? I'll just take it.
Take it.
Yeah, it's gonna take it.
Oh.
You want
Oh, don't let it touch you.
some greasy patting?
It's like the salamander. It'll kill you if you touch it.
Yeah.
Luckily, she's antisocial. Don't want to go.
Okay, so now this thing is following me.
Yeah. So the flame is wrapped around you. She's so hard. She's my hard though.
Mine dog.
Not mine now. I get the cat.
Okay. Can I,
So yeah, so he comes around the corner. You see some more people right on his heels. And
Can
you're able to
I-
get to the door?
can I Misty Step
You can.
to see if it gets
Is
this
anyone
magic
left?
off of me?
Oh, is Wexley just by himself?
You can certainly try.
Do I see where we're running to?
Is Misty stepping out?
Yeah, so as you all jump out of the window, you
Absolutely.
enter these kind of dreary, kind of fog-filled gardens, like old shrubbery bushes, like lining the building.
I'm gonna go run and hide
big
behind a
wrought
bush.
iron fence. What's that?
I'm gonna go hide behind a bush.
So yeah, you jump behind a bush, you hide over here. You see kind of a big wrought iron fence separating you guys from like kind of what looks like almost forest beyond, and then you can see the beginning of town. This is kind of like at the very end of town. This complex.
I'm gonna Misty Step right through the fence.
Okay, so you misty step through the fence to the other side, and
Does the fire follow me?
fire winks out once you misty step. You successfully get to the other side of the fence, and you're on the far side of the fence.
Okay.
Your party's over here.
Can I keep watch? Can I see them though?
Yeah, you can still see your party and what's going
Okay.
on. They're maybe about like 40 feet away from you. It's a
Can we
pretty
see a
big.
place we can get through the
It's
fence?
fine. I just want to be able to keep an eye on
It
them. But
looks pretty solid. There are some. If you do an investigation check, you might be able to find a dilapidated bit, but you guys will not have too much time to investigate.
Okay, so
Right.
real quick.
I'll investigate on the outside.
How tall is the
Yeah,
fence?
so go ahead and give me an investigation check. I'm going to see how
17?
much closer they are to getting you guys. Ooh, they're getting in quickly. What's that?
17.
17. So you see.
19 on the outside.
Yeah. So okay. So as you investigate, you and Wexley's eyes converge, and
Long
have a
eyes
moment.
from across the room.
you
Look,
both.
your special eyes.
What do your elf eyes see? So you notice that there's kind of a rusted portion of this gate that is kind of like dug out. So if you were able to maybe be very strong, you could push yourself through this little gap between the fence and the ground.
Can a very
out
strong
front-
person like break the gate there?
Yeah, a strong person might be able to, on a very strong roll, bend the bars a little further back to offer more room and make the check easier for those going beneath.
Which material is the
It's
gate?
iron.
It's iron, okay.
Can I firebolt the iron?
You can.
Okay.
See fog both. You're just gonna attack it.
Yeah.
That's the AC of iron.
Am I?
Yeah, are you? So go ahead and roll. What's your roll an attack? What's the effective firebolt?
I don't know.
While he's doing that, how
Modifier.
tall is the fence?
It's maybe about 15-20 feet, so pretty high.
How much
Is there
it
anything
meter?
to climb on?
You could, but you'd have to make an athletics check to get over the very top because of those little spikes.
A flammable object. It hurls a modifier, takes damage, and then a flammable object hit by the spell ignites if it isn't being worn or carried. I'm not looking to ignite it because it's iron. I'm looking to heat it up enough to make the strength check easier if somebody's trying to open it. Because if it's
You know, we can
warmed up.
just make
If
a
it's warmed
strength
up.
check until we got 20.
if it's warmed up iron, I think it'll be easier to bend.
True.
And it will be also...
my hit is 12.
Okay, so you hit it for 12. Yes.
No, sorry. The attack roll is
Attack roll.
12. That's not the damage.
Okay, yeah. So that'll. I mean, it's a wrought iron. It's a fence. It's not going anywhere. So you
Okay.
can.
And then my.
Sorry.
Can't you hold your
Sorry,
legs
this table.
even?
This table is terrible. 10 on the so full damage. 10 damage.
Okay, so you do full damage. You see like the fence heat up and start going red hot as a little fire kind of kindles around it.
While it's hot, I'm gonna risk it. I'll grab not on the bright red part, but on the edges, and risk a little damage, but just to see if I can pry it.
All right, so go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw and a strength check.
Okay, the Constitution saving throw didn't.
No
It's
save.
not gonna
All
pan out. But
I'm gonna go ahead and roll damage.
it's a 3 plus probably minus something. The strength, though, don't you worry. Ooh, is a 1.
Not natural, though.
Not though. It's a 2 minus 1.
So, Hypochondrius lights the fence, gets it boiling hot, grabs it, screams in pain as he takes 7 damage, pulls with all his might, and then just falls over and nothing changes.
I just kicked the 7 points of damage. I kicked the fence with my boots.
You kick the fence with your boots. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Why did you do that? Why didn't you use your foot?
Okay, because it's you don't have to.
No,
like,
I'm
hold
asking
it.
him. Why didn't he use his foot?
So
He's
14.
raised and sheltered. Lizards and
14.
14. With the fact that it's still kind of glowing hot, you're able to
Yeah, those
make it a
buses I know
little
about.
bit.
Oh, you're looking at the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You're able to widen it just a little bit more. Yeah.
She looks
Is there like a lock on the fence?
So and then now you're hiding, Wexley. Give me a dexterity. Or
How
actually,
we're being attacked?
does a 25 hit?
Yes.
All right. So you see the guy crawling out of the window behind you. He extends his hands, and 3 kind of like motes of bright red light
Great.
surge towards you, and they will do not much actually. 2, and then that will be 5.
You want petting?
And that
She
will
thinks
be-
you have a treat. That's her treat sound.
Salty and
So
butter.
you're gonna take 2,
Best
5, and
communism.
7 damage from each.
14.
Do we just fight or?
You can. I mean, but there are
Are there
more
like 200
coming.
people coming?
There are more.
So
of these.
what's the lock for the gate?
the lock for the gate?
Yeah. Oh,
So the
is it
gate's
just-
unlocked. You guys are going through a little side bit here that you're bending back. The front gate is unlocked,
Oh, I see.
but you can try to run at the front. But there's much more activity. You can see like
Okay. So
Oh,
I bend it a
right.
little bit.
Rusty part and try
I
it.
bend
Yeah.
it a little bit. So
Yeah.
is it enough for us to pass through, or?
yeah. So it's enough. So give me a strength check to pass through.
I'll maybe
Right.
the one that
Let
have
them
taken
go
damage
Can you
Yeah.
assist
can
each other?
like
Help.
squeeze
Yeah.
between red hot bars
Yeah,
for me.
let them go through first. Okay. So
Nice. Our assist, or do we?
so you
assist?
you kind of have probably done as much as you can to the fence, just because it's like red hot. It's already kind of bent out of shape. It'll just start like getting sharp and whatever. So yeah, what's the order? So you're still hiding in the bush.
Yeah,
And you have about 40 feet to run between the door. So he's coming out of the door maybe about 5 feet away from you.
is the top of the fence so spiky that it would kill me if I attempted to jump over
No, it
it?
would just do
There's
some
a hole
damage.
in it
It'll just do some
now.
damage.
Okay.
50 points of damage.
Impaled.
It's like-
by fence.
Exacto knives like pointing up.
Yeah. So
okay,
you
I'm gonna
and
try-
Lexi,
I'm gonna-
I think, are here.
I'm gonna make a run for the fence and try to
Hypochondrius.
athletics my way over by climbing some
Hypochondrius is here.
shits.
Zuga's here. So you're gonna make a run for the fence and jump over it.
Yeah, and if I fail, I'll just like fall
Alright.
back in.
So give me an athletics check.
Oh, now the table's perfect, apparently.
It's, 18, I think.
Okay.
To go over the fence?
So yeah, you can just vault yourself. If it's just a true 18, you can just vault yourself over the fence. You kind of just get a scratch going over the top, but you land on the other side
Tis but a
with
flesh wound.
Hypochondrius. Tis but a flesh wound, though. And you will take... where's my d4? You will take 4 points of slashing damage. Now it is on... who wants to
On?
go next? There's no...
You want
sorry,
to
there's
go
no
through the
initiative
gate
right now.
first?
On the other
Um,
side.
You're gonna see.
Yeah,
you
I
Misty
teleported.
steps.
Oh yeah, I go through.
I'll go
Another
through
gentleman's
too.
going to come around the corner of the.
I go through. I go through. I go
I
through.
go
So you go
too.
under. Give me a strength check. Give me a strength check. And as you guys are going under, another guy's
Yes,
gonna come
13
around the
is
corner here.
13 enough?
All going for it.
All right,
Yeah, I
you're going
got a
for it. So you're
7.
going to run for it. 7.
Yeah.
So Feather Widget is trying to kind of wedge her way
Help.
through, but you just kind of see this big barbarian butt that's just sticking out. She still hasn't put her pants on.
I'll run
And
over
you're just
and
like,
try and
like trying to push it. And,
I'll
you
run
know,
over and try to help pull her through.
help pull her through. Okay,
Yeah.
so give an assist roll.
What is that?
Just
Oh,
strength.
no.
Just roll strength.
Okay.
What? What'd you roll? That one?
So Wexley tries to wedge his way out of it in his terror, wedge his way past Feather Widget, but he ends up just getting stuck,
In
right
the butt.
In the butt. Yeah.
his head. No, he's wedged side by side with Feather Widget, and he's never had so much overwhelming half-orc body odor wash over him in one moment, and he goes
call it a
unconscious
delicacy.
he loses consciousness for a brief second, and vomits.
Some call it a
and-
delicacy.
Can I assist?
Over.
My assist
Yeah, you
roll
can try to.
is only a
so
5.
I assist
so you
to.
can't get them out.
Is
You can only
this
have one assist at a
D20?
time, so you can try to
D20,
assist
roll your
Wexley.
strength.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so only
okay.
one person can assist at a time, or else.
Oh, okay.
it's-
Oh, okay.
I'm done, so
So,
now
yeah.
you can go.
Well, I mean, but that was your assist on Feather Widget, so that's
I'm
failed.
a-
So she's stuck in the fence.
I'm assisting
Now-
Wesley.
Now you're assisting Wexley.
16.
16. So you're able to just barely just shove Wexley
Through my
to the
butt?
others
How does he get through?
out of your mouth. All the way.
How does he get through when I'm stuck in the way?
Well, because you
I
guys
mean-
went side by side,
Oh, okay.
and he
Side
kind
by
of like,
side?
yeah, you
Not
both,
on
like,
top of the other.
Yeah, or maybe one on top of the other, and then one of them wedged through, and you're still stuck. And then, but
Well, can I try
Wexley is
again,
still
or-
quasi-conscious, and he's not going to be able to defend against the next hit that comes, which is kind of 2 blades of ice fly straight towards Wexley, and
Can I
Oh,
keep
that's
trying to
the
go
guy.
through, or am I just stuck forever?
you're gonna get stuck for just another couple of seconds.
Okay.
7 because they're kind of taking attacks every few seconds.
Got it.
8, 13, 14.
If anyone needs a refill, let me know.
28. So you're going to take 30 points of ice damage as these 3 kind of ices of ice.
And I'm unconscious.
Oof. So Wesley falls unconscious. At least he's on the far side of the fence at this point. And now the other guy is going to take an attack on. He sees this bright, just huge target.
Are we in initiative? Are we in
Harry.
initiative?
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah,
in
do we-
initiative, or can I like
You guys
fuck
are
with
out of
these
combat. I'm
guys?
just kind of letting you guys. We're kind
Can
of. Yeah, you can take some shots back. Yeah.
Am I able to buy any time? Like, am I able to get a cantrip off between the first guy and the
Yeah,
second
if you
guy?
can tell me what sort of what sort
I
of
want
cantrip you want to do.
I want to message the second guy
Yeah.
with like my biggest like god sounding voice and go like, "Cease, my child."
All right, give me a deception check.
Just trying
You
to
get-
buy a little time here.
No.
You have a deception check
Ow.
coming in.
If our healer's out, we're kind of screwed.
Well, I just need 1 heal, 1 hit point.
20.
Except for he's
No,
kinda
not
alive.
natural, but 20.
A 20? Okay, so then he hesitates and he says, Master? Master? And he does not attack this turn. Now it is back on you guys struggling at the
Okay.
fence. So you all are through.
Help me!
Or actually,
I thought
no,
the guy
Zaya
was
hasn't
attacking
gone
me.
through yet.
No,
You're still,
I haven't
you're
gone
still,
through.
you
I thought
two-
some guy was attacking
Can you assist
me.
her?
Yes.
They are, but they're very
So-
far away shooting range attacks.
Okay.
I
Actually,
He
wait,
was
let me
canceled
assist
out
her.
by
Got
his-
it.
No, I cannot. So I enter into rage.
Mhm.
So I have advantage on strength checks.
You have advantage on straight picks? Okay.
Yeah, so I have advantage on assisting her.
Only
Okay, so
saving
go ahead and
throws,
assist her.
isn't it?
No, strength checks and saving throws.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
both. Oh, nice. Both. Okay. So I'm assisting her.
Yeah.
Attacks, that's what it is. Do I
Or
roll
15.
too?
And then
So I got a
you
20
give me a
non-nat.
perception
Perception.
I
Unconscious.
got a 15.
Yeah, you cannot. So.
I got a 20 non-natural.
A 20? Okay, so
Yeah.
you're able to, just pressing butt cheeks, and then she's
Okay.
through.
So was it my
so
action or my
That was
movement
your
action?
action, so you're still stuck on that side.
So can I use my movement action to go through?
yeah, you can use your movement to go through. So then you go ahead and go through, give me a strength check. And then give me that perception check.
20 non-natural.
20 non-natural. So you see what looks like a moving statue somewhere in the forest. And you see the silently moving statue waving.
So
It's
I.
coming. It's not my action, it's his. I'll wait till my turn.
Yes. So I got 9.
Okay.
Sadly.
So
And I
you
asked
guys go
my
through,
salamander.
but he's still tired
Can I
after showing
assist?
Feather Widget. Yeah, go ahead.
And I asked my salamander to go through too.
No.
All right. Yeah, your
Really?
salamanders.
You can
I'm not
enter.
rolling so hard.
You can
Your
enter to
salamander,
rage
because you
before.
told him to go through with you. He's gonna go by and he's gonna burn you as he goes past.
Oh yeah, no
And
late.
you're gonna take 15 points of fire damage.
So he's through. Who's up?
Yeah. Now everybody's through except Zuga.
I thought he was
Actually,
through.
yeah, we'll say he got through because he got burned on the way.
I'm
Alright, so you
gonna.
guys are all through now.
Can I run over to him
Yes.
and I'm gonna feed him a potion of healing?
Okay, so you feed him a potion of healing and you're stabilized.
Yay! How much health do I have after the potion?
Whatever.
Each one is 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll 2d4 hit those.
15 point of damage. That's a nice cylinder, I guess.
2, 6.
Nice, so you're back up to 6 health.
And we run.
Yes.
So you guys run for Paddington. He motions you through the forest. You see more kind of like streaks of like ice, wind, fire. Some of the trees are burning around you as you guys sprint through this kind of winding wood. Paddington's leading you. You see the airship with the gangplank down. Giles looks a little like ruffled, and Paddington kind of is like, he has like almost what looks like lipstick kind of on his neck, but you can't really tell.
What have you been doing, Patty?
He just is waving you guys on. He's like, oh, and Giles is like, oh, sorry, we were a little occupied. We didn't know you guys were having so many problems. So you guys jump into the airship. It pulls off the ground, and you see kind of like the town, the buildings around like the main complex are starting to burn and catch fire. And there's kind of like this stream of refugees leaving the town. It's like this whole kind of city goes up, and that's where we're going to end tonight.
We did good.
Wow.
Damn it! I thought there was more.
That's great. We can put on Dexter's Laugh. I just know that
Oh.
we can keep going.
No, we should
I know
go
it's
home
really
and
nice,
unpack more boxes at some point.
Yeah, no, that's a nice stuff.
Yeah.
So,
we can enjoy your whiskey.
what can I do with my cylinder? Is it just a pet thing in
It's a
the...
pet. You can
I
command
like
it
that
to
we
do
did a
something.
thing without brute forcing a fight.
Yeah.
We were actually
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
a little.
Smart about it.
Which part?
Exactly.
Although
Like, we
We
didn't-
got the staff and we just ran.
I'm a fan
Oh,
of
yeah.
Rather than, like,
Most of the time, we
sit
would
there.
just like bust into
everybody-
the next